Keep your eyes closed, but your mind woke. Let's catch a flight, go. Changing time zone. Party all night, I don't wanna go home. But if I do, I ain't going alone. Rolling, rolling, rolling till we can't no more. Rolling, rolling, rolling till we can't no more. Top floor, bird's eye view. Hardcore, no curfews. Encore, can't refuse. One more and I'm on the moon. And the only time I feel is when you're next to me. When you're next to me. Keep your eyes closed, but your mind woke. Let's catch a flight, go. Changing time zone. Party all night, I don't wanna go home. But if I do, I ain't going alone. Rolling, rolling, rolling till we can't no more. Rolling, rolling, rolling till we can't no. Models in the penthouse, hotter than the sun. Go ahead and shake it till I run out of ones. Whole lot of money where that came from. Don't you worry, there's more to come. Cup full of drink and the smoke in my lungs. Puff, puff, past that till it's all done. Whole lot more where that came from. Whole lot more where that. Lost my keys, wallet and my phone. When I try to call, straight to the tone. It's so good, Henny and Patron. Mixing in my cup, please don't let me on the road. In my zone, did it on my own.
It's Friday night, and you're busy. I feel like there's something that we gotta do. Wait a minute, what time is it? It's casual Friday time. I gotta get mentally prepared for this. Gotta reach optimal levels. Gotta meditate and put on a great show tonight. You will put on a great show tonight. How you figure? Let's go. Cut the music. Cut the music. Cut the music. Something feels off. I'm not muted. That's not it. I'm drinking a Gator Light, staying hydrated. We got people in chat tonight. I mean, everything seems like it's reaching optimal levels. I don't know. I guess I'm just not feeling it tonight. I don't know. When I get like this, I start thinking like, how do we still put on a good show? Feeling a little tired, a little stressed, excited still, but just trying to come up with the energy. And let me check in with someone real quick. Don't mind if I check in with somebody real quick? Let me just check in with somebody real quick. Let me check in. Dom Toretto. You know, I'm sure there was times that Dom feel like racing. You know, I'm sure there's times that he didn't feel like going out there and racing for pink slips and, you know, running a body shop, serving up tuna melts. But he showed up. He showed up for, hell, we're on Fast X now. He's been showing up. So why can't I show up tonight? You know what? Let's try this again, but with Dom in the screen, huh? Let's do this again with Dom in the house. Can everybody do me a favor? Y'all have been killing it in the chat. We got 20 in the chat already. Y'all been killing it. All I ask though, can we just put family in the chat? Can we just put family in the chat? I think that's what I need. I need to just imagine everybody saying family. Family in the chat. We're gonna do this intro one more time. Not the optimal levels. We're just gonna get the music going and we're gonna get going again. And then we're gonna check in with chat. So if you don't mind, guys, I know it's asking a lot because you've already been doing a lot in chat. And y'all are probably ready to get the show rolling. I get it. Trust me. I really do. But this Gator light's not doing it. But with Gator light, Toretto, and y'all are saying family in the chat, I think we can do it. So on the count of 3, we're going to say family. Y'all ready? And then we're going to get the music going again. We're going to get the music going again. 1, 2, say it like Vin Diesel. 1, 2, 3, family. Okay. Okay. Okay, Dom. It's family time here on Casual Friday, baby. That's all I needed. It's family time, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's check in with you guys. Y'all have waited long enough. That's what I needed, man. I'm feeling like a new man after that. Because on Casual Friday, it's all about what, guys? It's all about family. Let's go, baby. Let's see who we got in the chat tonight. We're going to kick things off with toy collectors in the building. Happy Friday, everyone. An earlier stream this week. Nice. Yeah, it is. We had too much to talk about, man. We had too much to talk about. We gotta go early tonight. Toy collector, thank you so much, man. Truly appreciate you being here. Really appreciate all the support, man. I really, really do. It means the world. It means the world. I thought I almost just shut down the stream on accident. I tried to exit out of something. I thought I closed out of this, so I'm sorry about that pause. Brad Cormack in the building saying, hey, Justin, what's up, Brad? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for being here on another episode of Casual Friday. This is episode 13 on Friday the 13th, baby. Man, that's cool. That's cool if you think about it, you know? That's real cool. We got Clinton Martin in the house. Martin has entered the chat. He says, howdy, folks, Clinton. Thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate it. Clinton said, is Starkiller's suit pleather or nylon? I have no clue. I'm sure somebody's answered this already. This was 20 minutes ago, so I apologize. I'm just now getting to this, but you know, we had to do this. We had, that's the trade-off. We had to talk to Dom. All right, and he also wants to know where is Tech. That's a great question. 26 in the chat. You guys hit that thumbs up button if you wouldn't mind while we're getting through the chat here. And I'm loving what we're seeing in the chat so far, man. It has been great because we got Valkyrie in the chat as well. We got Valkyrie in the building saying, happy Casual Friday, everyone. Let's have a fun stream tonight. Let's do it, Valkyrie. Let's do it. Why not, right? We're going a little earlier tonight. We're reaching optimal levels a little earlier. Thanks for being here, man. Truly appreciate you. Mitchell Lawrence says, passing through. Cut the music. Mitchell Lawrence just is passing through. He has passed. This was 19 minutes ago. He's already passed through, and I didn't say hey to Mitchell. Mitchell, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for passing through. Thank you for saying hey. I'm sorry I didn't see this in time because you probably have passed through. Thanks for being here, man. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you for being here, man, and being active in the chat early. I really appreciate it. Clinton Martin with a great compliment here saying it's always a fun stream with How You Figure. Hey, Clinton, it's always a fun stream with Billy, man, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Clinton. Thank you, man. X-Men Supreme says, it's Friday the 13th, y'all. Let's get them level optimal. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it, X-Man. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well being here. And levels are at optimal levels right now. Wait. Yep, that's how you say it. We got Tucker Hall in the chat, everybody. Tucker Hall is in the chat. He's saying, what's up, y'all? What's up, Tucker? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for being here. Means the world, man. Thank you for being here and being active in the chat early. Really appreciate it. We also got Big Rib in the building saying, what's up, Justin? And he's saying cheers to everyone. Hey, cheers. Let's keep the electrolytes high. Let's keep the electrolytes high, the energy high. And let's have a hell of a show tonight on episode 13 of Casual Friday, baby. There's a strand of something. I just caught that. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but if y'all did, it was pretty incredible. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty incredible. People talking about the Moon Knight figure. We got Collector Joey in the building. Collector Joey, I just saw on Will's stream this afternoon. Had great takes on there. Also does his own stream on Thursdays. So if you're not a Joey yet, hey, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying if you have time on Thursday nights, Copper drops every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central, I believe. It's a pretty damn good stream if I do say so myself. Had the honor of being on there once. Joey, we love you here on Casual Fridays, man. Thank you so much for being here, Joey. Really appreciate it, buddy. Tucker Hall saying, let's go. That's right, man. These are the levels I like to see. These are the levels I like to see. We got Christian Crosshair Cooper. Some people call him Triple C. Some people call him Christian. Yeah, that's all I got, Christian. I'm sorry. I'm about to sneeze, I think. It says, what's up, Justin Chat? What's up, Christian? I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for being here, man. What's the grail today, man? What are you looking for? What's the figure you're looking for right now in chat so we can help you find it, man? You're the grail hunter, man. You're the grail hunter. Big Rip says, nice, LOL, Justin. Time to get the man hyped up. That's right. And you know, we sometimes you need to break out Dom Toretto. You just do sometimes. And tonight just felt like one of those nights. It was like, you know, just felt like a night where we needed that extra push, man. I appreciate you guys. We got Ash Chase in the building. What's up, Ash? Thank you for being here once again, man. Thanks for the support. Thank you for being in the chat. Thank you for saying what's up. Really means the world, man. Thank you for being here. X-Men Supreme says H2O. He's drinking water tonight. Either that or he just likes yelling this. Either way, you're welcome here, X-Man. You're welcome here, man. We got Nick in the building saying, sup, y'all. What's up, Nick? Hope you're doing well, dude. Hope you're doing well. I know you're hyped for that Spider-Man 2099. I know you're hyped for that. I say I know, but I'm like pretty sure. I don't think we've discussed it yet, but I'm guessing you are. Thanks for being here. We had people saying family. Thank y'all for this. Thank y'all for this. Thank y'all for this. Nick's Collectible says, I don't know what we're talking about here, but I think cheese doodles can solve these problems. They really could. If I would have saw this earlier, we might have just done this. We'll save this one for another night. We'll save this one for another night when we need that extra push, Nick. Ash, I am Groot. I am Groot. That wasn't bad, actually. That's the first time I've ever done that on stream. That felt right. Collector Joey said, that's not what I expected. You mean this? That's Dom, baby. Hey, somebody get us some Fast and Furious figures. Somebody. I'd pre-order all of them. Thank you, guys. This is what we needed. Everybody saying family in the chat. Familia. Family from Collector Joey. Family from Big Rib. family from Tucker. I appreciate you guys doing this. You know, it's a risk to say like, hey, put this in the chat, put family in the chat, and then everybody just agrees as a chat. Like, we're not doing that. And then you're just sitting here and you're like this. And it gets awkward. I mean, it's already been a little awkward tonight, but that's okay. Because we got Brad Cormack saying family as well. And we got Valkyrie saying family, just we're your family. Yeah, that's right. We're all family here. Family. Brick Artemis in the building. We got Brick Artemis in the house, everybody. Saying family. Brick, what an entrance. What a guy. What a moment. What a guy. Family. Thanks for being here, Brick. Hope you're doing well, man. We got Toy Collector with the family. We got Collection Obsession in the chat. Collection Obsession says, hey, don't forget about me. I'm here. Saying hi, all. What's up, Collection Obsession? I hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for being here. We got Renz Talentino in the building. Renz, if I just messed up your last name, please forgive me. He says, this is Brazil. Thanks for being here, Renz. Hope you're doing well, man. Really appreciate you, Renz. Always love when you're in the chat, dude. Thank you so much for being here for episode 13 of Casual Friday, baby. We got Brandon in the chat saying, hello, family. I'll have to catch the replay. Have a great stream. Brandon, truly appreciate this, man. Thank you for coming in and saying what's up anyway. Definitely check out the replay and let me know what you think when you do, man. I really appreciate you, Brandon. Thanks for being here once again, dude. X-Men Supreme with the family in all caps. I love it. Christian Cooper. Big Rib says, you need a small glass of tequila to start your show. You know, all I need a glass of is fuel. I was gonna cut to that picture, but I had Vin Diesel up that whole time. Could you imagine if somebody just comes into the stream at that moment and they're like, yeah, I'm out of here. No thanks. Not for me. No thank you. Clinton with the family. Nick's Collectibles. That beat drop made me drop it low. Nick, that's why we play it. That's why we play it. We're hoping for this, man. That's why we play it. I appreciate this, man. I appreciate that, man. Brick says, what figure is that below Potter? This one is the Tony Stark Mark 7 suit up. Fantastic figure. And this is a perfect segue to tell you after the stream, if you want to check out my review for this figure, it's up on my channel right now. So show that some love if you want. Great figure, though. Great figure. If you don't want to watch the whole review, I'll just tell you it's great. We got Stacy in the chat saying, good evening, Justin and fellow collectors. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Stacy. I hope you're doing well. I really do. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Truly means a lot. I love seeing all the familiar faces in here, including Krivis, 1138. Evening, Justin in the chat. Krivis, I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for being here too, man. I appreciate you, dude. Evening to you as well. Really appreciate you. Duron Moss saying, how you figure? Hey, you managed to secure the bag today? We can cut the music on that. Great job with this, Duron Moss, because we are going to be putting this as our first. This is going to be our first poll of the night. Did you secure Artisan Moon Knight? Yes. No. Wasn't interested. There we go. Vote in that poll if you want. We got 24 in the chat. Definitely vote in this poll if you would like. Great segue there. I had to cut the music because I wanted to tell Duron Moss that, yes, I did. I got it. I had to open up about 5 different browsers. Just a recommendation. Definitely, it seems, I don't know if there's any truth to it. It just seems like every time I use Google Chrome on my phone, I'm able to, like, that's the one that I'm always able to get, like, a better line in the queue for whatever reason. Like, every time I do it on desktop, I never get, it's weird. I always get better results with my phone as opposed to my desktop. So, luckily, because the other 3, I still might have been able to get it. But the other 3, I was like in the 3,000s. But on the one on my phone, I was at like I was at like 1600th, I think. So I was able to get it, man. What about you? Let me know in the chat who was able to pick it up. I'm very hyped. I'm very hyped for that night. We got Park Industries. Park Industries is in the building, everybody, saying, what's up? Park Industries, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like this is the first time I've seen you in the chat, man. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me. But if this is your first time, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's keep it casual tonight. Casual Fridays, every Friday. And I'm so happy that you're here, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Let's get the music back going just so we get the vibes back up. But thank you so much for being here, man. Hope you're doing well. Big Rib says, Dom's picture is a mirror image of you, Justin, if you don't believe it. But I do. Hey, listen, look. I mean, I see it. I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I see it. I really, really do. I see it. Rick says, "Is that my boy Danny Spotchka?" So is Danny in here? Did I miss Danny? Is Danny Park Industries? Is Danny Spotchka Park Industries? I'm behind on the chat, so y'all probably already answered this, but I'm curious. Valkyrie says, I got She-Hulk today, and she is fantastic. Dude, nice pickup. I've been going back and forth on this one. I just have so much coming out, man, but still want it. Still want it. My Bane did ship. Finally. I've been watching Collector Joey's review on it. I've been watching everybody's reviews on it, and I'm just getting so jealous I had to turn off the reviews because I was like, I can't anymore. I want to just get the figure in. So I'm very excited, but congratulations, Valkyrie. See who else we got in the chat. Let's see, make sure I got everybody. So Park Industries is Park Industries Danny Spotchka? That's got to be what it is. I don't know why I don't know this. We'll get to it. We got Graham in the building. TGIF. Thanks for being here, man. Jedi Knight's watching the building. Great video, man. Just saw your video, your annual, what you want under the tree. Now, do you get these for yourself and just wrap them and then put them under the tree so you have something to look forward to on Christmas? Just so you make sure you get it? Let me know. But thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate you, dude. Really appreciate you being here. Yeah, you got to unbox this, man. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to see what you think. It's a big figure, man. It's a big figure. Park Industry says Fast 11 to include dinosaur spaceships and lasers with sharks. It will, but Dom Toretto himself, Vin Diesel, said he wants to get back to practical stuff. He wants to get back to racing. So I'm hoping the final one is a character study, a drama. They're probably going to go like back in time or something, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Honest Hansel says, another Friday because I have no life. Wait, I got How You Figure. Gonna be a great show tonight. Hey, you're damn well right it's gonna be. And you know why it's gonna be a great show? Because the comments like this. Thank you, man. Thank you, Honest Hansel. I appreciate it, man. Hey, guess what? You're living the life right now. Because you're with family. Let's go, baby. Who else do we got in here? Everybody saying what's up to Jedi Knights Watch. Everybody saying what's up to Brick. We got Tucker Hall saying, I was so tempted to get an Artisan Moon Knight, but realistically, I was most likely only going to use the masked head sculpt. So I guess I'll look for a deal on the regular one. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you know, and again, don't lose hope. You never know, man. By the time that figure actually comes out, there's going to be, 500 more figures out. So people might cancel it. There might be times to get it. But yeah, dude. Got the music. Parks Industries. It's Danny. Danny Spot. Bro, this is wild, man. This is like when you find the secret identity and it was like your neighbor the whole time. You know, like when everybody doesn't know it's Clark Kent, it's Superman, and it's like the writing is there on the wall, but you're just like, oh, you're just not putting two and two together. Maybe you don't want to see it. You know, I don't know. I feel embarrassed. I had no clue. I had no clue this was you, man. I am embarrassed by this. You're probably thinking, what kind of guy am I, man? What kind of guy am I that I didn't know this? And I don't know, man. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in that. And we're gonna keep it rolling because I don't want to make this about me. But Danny, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here. I really do. And I will now know that this is you, and I will refer to you now as Parks Industries. Thanks for being here, man. Truly appreciate it. Let's get a song change going. Had to say what's up. Really appreciate you being here, man. Thank you all so much for being here. We got 30 in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button if you wouldn't mind. And if you don't want to, that's cool. Just stay. Don't leave. You can, I mean, I guess if you have to. But it's just a suggestion. Like, you don't have to do it. Just a suggestion if you wanted to. 3 people left. Shit. I knew I asked too many times, man. I knew I asked one too many. As soon as it left my lips, I was like, well, there goes 5 people. Yeah, and that's how it goes. As soon as you bring attention to it, people get nervous. They're like, oh, shit. I'm in here for too long. I showed up on the numbers. I got to get out. But no, it's all good. Thank y'all for being here. Collection said he was number 48 in line on his phone and 2114 on tablet for Moon Knight. Nice, dude. So Collection Session, you for sure got this. This was an easy one for you. X-Man is seeing the resemblance between me and Dom Toretto. And I mean, it's right there. If you don't see it, I feel like you're not looking good enough, but it's right there. We got Blue Tattoo in the chat saying, hey, everyone, what's up, Blue Tattoo? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for being here, Blue Tattoo. We got Doc Bat in the building. Doc Bat saying, hello, friends. Doc Bat. I don't know if I told you, my Bane is shipping, man. I know you'd be interested in this. I know you're a big Batman guy. My Bane has shipped. It's on the way. Should be here next week. Very hyped for that. Graham says, LOL, just sometimes I do the shopping for my parents, but I gave it to them and forget until Christmas. Nice, man. That's a good strategy. I remembered one of your videos last year when I first started watching videos. I remember like watching that video from last year. I believe you said that. So that's where that came from, man. But that's awesome, dude. That is awesome, man. We got SG Collectibles in the chat. Casual Friday. I feel like I read that perfect. What's up, SG Collectibles? Thanks for being here, man. Really, really appreciate it, man. Really, really, really appreciate it. Parks Industry says, and this is in reference to the Fast franchise, I think it'll end up being a giant in-game style street race war. Like everyone from past movies will fight Jason Momoa and Jack Reacher. 100%. I mean, it's all leading to this. And I'm just begging, man. I'm going to start like, you know how a lot of guys, Nick's Collectibles, he's like Fix, Black Suit Toby, and we've had other people do like those things where it's like, hey, you got to fix this, got to fix that. My new thing is going to be every time Hot Toys posts something, I'm going to be like, family. I'm just going to keep putting it out there, and we'll see, man, because somebody's got to do these Fast and Furious figures. I mean, I know I can't be the only one who would go all in. Maybe not all in, but I would be very interested in these for sure. We got Colin in the building saying, hey, howdy, hey, Justin and fellow collectors. Hey, howdy, hey, Colin. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. Jenna Knight's what says, struck out on $20.99, though. Too much dough. Yeah, I've learned just to be patient with it, man. I would love to, like, get it a little earlier. And I'm not saying I won't ever do this, but I'd love to get a little earlier, do, like, a review on it, It'd be nice to get a review out there, before it gets to me in like 3 months. But sometimes you just got to be patient with it because it's like double the price of what it was retail sometimes. And, if it's worth it to you, cool. But a lot of times I just have to tell myself, like, there's other stuff coming. Like, you'll be fine. Ash Chase says, I still think Fast and Furious has gone downhill since Paul Walker's passing. That was, yeah, it definitely has. I mean, he was such an instrumental part to the whole thing. And trust me, that was such a huge loss that they've never been able to replace. And I don't think they've ever tried to replace that character, which I love. They've never tried to do that. And yeah, man, R.I.P. Paul Walker, man. That's just such a bummer, man. I as a big fan of those movies, and again, I'm a big fan of Paul Walker, man. I was really sad, dude. So hopefully they can, hopefully they can at least give us one more really good Fast and Furious before they close the curtain on the franchise. X-Men Supreme says, as good as that head sculpt is, I'm not going to have Moon Knight unmasked unless you get the Mr. Knight and you put that one on Mr. Knight. Hopefully that's like my strategy. Hopefully that works. Hopefully those are interchangeable. Ren says Clark Kent. Oh man. We got Hodor 317. Hodor, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. He says, I was very close to ordering the Artisan, but decided against it since I have the OG and I'd rather just get Mr. Knight to go with that. Trust me, I totally understand if you have the original. I didn't have the original. And dude, I'll be honest with you, I was losing hope on this Oscar Isaac head sculpt. I was like, dude, there just must be something to it. Like, we're not getting a Poe Dameron, we're not getting a Moon Knight. Like, we didn't get an Apocalypse figure. Like, I was just like, it must be something with Oscar Isaac. And as soon as that came across the wire, dude, I was just so hyped. And so, yeah, but I totally get it. If I had the OG, that'd be a different conversation as well. But I am very hyped to be getting that Moon Knight. So glad I was able to secure it today. Tucker also says, Ed, Justin, everyone in the chat, what did everyone think of the new little trailer and poster for Captain America Brave New World? Look, man, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. I'm going to go see Captain America Brave New World. I'm worried about it simply because I've been hearing how many reshoots they've had to do. And anytime a movie is having to do like a ton of different reshoots, and it's not just like bringing some of the actors back to do like some coverage work or some like, fix a little bit of, maybe something they left out and they just got to get a couple different shots. These seem like big reworks of the movie. Like the movie was not screening well. And so they made a lot of different changes to it, it looks like. So I'm always nervous about that. But they've done a decent job marketing it. I think that they've had to show a lot of the surprises just because it's like, we got to show some of the good shit. Like, I would have loved it. I mean, again, it is what it is. I would have loved if we would have kind of had some of those as surprises, but I feel like we've seen most of the movie now. They're kind of showing a lot. But I'm excited. But I'm telling you, I think Thunderbolts is the one that I got in mind. I think Thunderbolts has a chance to be like a sleeper hit. I don't know if it's going to do well in the box office. I could see that movie struggling a little bit, but hopefully if it's as good as it might be, word of mouth carries that to the day. But I'm a little nervous about Brave New World. But the new trailer did look pretty cool, so I'm definitely seeing it. And thank you so much, Parks Industry. Say 27 in the chat. Hit that like button. 33 now. So yeah, definitely appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate it, man. And again, thank you so much for being here, man. Doc Pat said his wait list finally converted for that Bane. That is awesome, dude. That is awesome. Christian says he passed on Moon Knight. He has the OG. Big Rib said his wait list Bane converted. That is awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Parks Industry says fix Luke Hobbs. Hell yeah. That's what they need. That's what they need to do. Honda Stanza says, Justin, we got to go over that PO list again. Been a while since we did some counseling for it. Yeah, we got to, because I'm losing myself once again. It's all fun and games to make a list until that invoice hits, I am proud of myself. I did cancel a good like handful of pre-orders over the past few months. And as I haven't been getting, again, a lot of these unboxings you're seeing from me, I've had the figures come in and I just haven't gotten around to doing, like, I've been trying to get to all of them. So I know it seems like I've probably gotten like 12 figures in the span of a month, but it's just stuff I still haven't even gotten to my like Sideshow Lost Boys David figure, which I've had since like third week of October. And I know you're supposed to open it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm an idiot, I forget. Matthew Esparza says, did you order $20.99? I have $20.99 on pre-order. I was very tempted to day one this and get it because, again, I wanted to do a review, and I'm just really hyped to get that Spider-Verse line started. But then the Bane invoice hit, and then I'm getting boxing preferences. Like, you can't even do the payment plan on the Joker anymore. I feel like the sculpted Joker's imminent. Still holding out hope I can get the Artisan for that. What else came out? And then something else came out. But yeah, I have it on pre-order. I have all the Spider-Verse figures on pre-order right now. So, very hyped for that one. Very hyped for that one. X-Men said he's still not using the unmasked sculpt on Mr. Knight. It doesn't look enough like Stephen Grant. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Moose Dream says, hello, community of collectors. Secured the Artisan Moon Knight. We did. I have a poll going right now. So if you haven't voted in that poll, definitely do so. I'll run that for a few more minutes here. Ren says, I have a feeling the Thunderbolts title will be... I'm sorry, Renz. Let's try this again, buddy. I have a feeling the Thunderbolts title will be replaced after something important happens at Captain America Brave New World. Marvel just don't want to spoil that much. Dude, that's a good point, man. I don't know if... I'm going to just go with you on this, Renz. Because if I say right here, like, no, I don't think that's going to happen, Renz, respectfully. When it does happen... It's going to be like, I told you. And I kind of want to, I'd rather say I'm with you on this and like get it right. And then that way I can be like, yeah, dude, I knew Renz knew what he was talking about. So I think I'm going to roll with you on this, man. That'd be cool. That'd be crazy if that happened. Because there's already so much marketing around it. So we'll see. Brad says that he got a Bane from Underground. Hell yeah, Brad. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. That's one that people are going to wish they picked up. I'm telling you. That figure is just... Again, I haven't unboxed it myself, but just based on what I've seen, man, it looks phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. Clint says, not going to lie, I've totally forgot about the Moon Knight today. Logged in at 10:15 and tried to add to cart until 10:40 because I told how you figure I would help you out. So glad you got him. Yeah, no problem, Clint. And again, never any pressure on this. Now, if this happens and you remember, definitely like let me know that, again, it's hard to even coordinate that. So I totally understand, dude. I had work. I had to do it on my lunch break. Luckily, I was able to do it. So no problem whatsoever, man. I appreciate the offer. Darren 2501. Thank you so much for being here, Darren. He said Moon Knight Artisan was definitely a surprise. Came out of nowhere. It did, dude. It did. And that's what's so crazy about Hot Toys, man, is they just do random stuff like that, which I love kind of. I kind of love it. Like I kind of hate it because sometimes we don't get stuff that's like a no-brainer, like the Drax. But then we'll get an Artisan Moon Knight, like after that show's been, like nobody's even talking about the Moon Knight show. Not that it wasn't really good, but it's just like, it's kind of out of the conversation right now. So that makes me think either we're going to get some Moon Knight news, or maybe they wanted to get his likeness for a Poe Dameron and said, hey, let's also do a Moon Knight. I don't know, man. But really awesome surprise because I've really been eyeing that OG one. And I'm just really happy to have this one with the head sculpt. I'm a sucker for the head sculpts. I normally, even if it's superhero stuff, I like to display them like that. So, yeah, I think you told me this last week, X-Men. Justin, it happened. I had to cancel my Dark Knight Joker. Yeah, dude. It's tough, man. But like we talked about this, X-Men. I mean, we've talked about it till we're blue in the face, right? I mean, there's stuff I've had to cancel that I didn't think 6 months ago would ever be canceled. That's just where we are right now, dude. That's truly where we are. It is impossible to keep up with this stuff right now. Absolutely impossible. I truly thought that I was going to collect like most of the Ahsoka line. Not going to happen anymore. I really thought I was going to collect all of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Not going to happen anymore. I've just learned that like pre-ordering in general, I'll still do a few pre-orders, like again, like these Artisans where you have to do it and get in the queue. But for the most part, man, I'm kind of done just pre-ordering stuff. That's what I've learned. Like that's been my biggest lesson, I guess, is like, don't, and even if you can do it through like Underground where you don't have to, I don't like canceling on Ray. So like, I haven't even been pre-ordering stuff lately just because I'm just like, right now, I don't know what the landscape's going to look like in 5 months. And that's the crazy thing, dude. And again, I'm only been collecting 6 scale for a little over a year now. So it's refreshing to hear people that have been in it way longer than me, a lot smarter than me, say like, yeah, dude, this has been a challenge. Because even in the short time I've been collecting 6 scale, like the landscape has definitely changed, even in that short frame. And so I know it's tough, dude. But again, I like how you're doing it, X-Man, because you're really staying true to what you set your mind to and like what you really want your display to look like, and you're thinking long term, and I like that. Tucker says, did you see that leaked list for Hot Toys figures that are supposed to release this month? $20.99 was on the list, so I guessed that list is true. I think I saw this. I think I did Supergirl on there, and I forget what else was on there, but I think the Supergirl was on there, maybe Modern on there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tucker. I think I saw this, but I'm not 100% sure. Matthew Spar says, hope we get Peter B. Parker from the Spider-Verse. You and me both. You and me both, Matthew. But feel like they should have revealed or teased him by now. Agreed. Even with Spider-Gwen, I don't know what the hell's going on. Surprised they haven't done Spider-Noir. Have they done Spider-Punk? I haven't paid a lot of attention. They do have a Spider-Punk figure on pre-order. That will probably be out by March. Like, that's the time frame. And it looks incredible, Matthew. Definitely check that out, dude. I think that Spider-Punk has the potential. I don't know if it'll be the best. I'm actually personally most excited for that Miles G. Morales, honestly. I just think that's going to look incredible. But Spider-Punk has the potential to be the best of the Across the Spider-Verse line, so definitely check that out. We got the Ben Thomas Show in the chat saying, hey, good to see you all. Good to see you as well, Ben. Thank you for being here, man. Hope you're doing well, Ben. Always a pleasure seeing you in the chat, dude. And we're about to get to our first topic of the night. Or then again, we might not. I mean, hell, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore if we get to the topics. I'll be totally real with you. Now, that's not to say, like, if you guys want to talk about the topics, I'm not going to put on the topics. Like, this is our show. Like, we do this together. I just meant, like, I'm just having fun talking with you guys. So, but we will get to the topics. It's kind of a figure of speech. We got Doc Bat saying, hoping Modern Suit Keaton released before end of the year. And that dude Keaton looks really good. I'm telling you, I'm in such a weird spot. So does anybody else have this where, like, you haven't gotten a figure in about a month? Maybe a couple weeks to a month, right? And you start getting that, like, feeling of, like, man, I'm seeing some figures that I've been wanting. I see a good price for them. Do I go ahead and get this, or do I just kind of stay true to my pre-orders knowing that other stuff's going to hit? It's one of those weird things where it's like, there's a few characters that I feel confident getting that have come out in like the last two. So close to pulling the trigger on them, but I'm just like, no, let's just wait. And this is another one. It's like Modern Suit Keaton. I see it for pre-order all the time. I'm like, dude, am I going to pick this up? So it's that weird thing we do. We're like, you know, we're just wanting everything. I mean, at least I do. I mean, I'm not saying I want everything, but like everything at least like cool to me. You know, like that figure looks cool to me. Tucker said, somehow I have only 3 pre-orders, but hopefully Winter Soldier will be number 4. Yeah, dude. I mean, listen. I totally forgot about that's how crazy it's been. It's like I didn't even put Winter Soldier on the thumbnail, mainly because we didn't have like an image. I wouldn't be shocked if we got the full announcement of that tonight, by the way. Now that the Moon Knight launch is done, I could totally see that happening. But yeah. 3 per I think I can't speak for other people, but I'm to the point where, and I just said this a minute ago, but I'm to the point where it's like pre-orders aren't even a thing for me anymore. Like I'm getting to that point. Like if I really feel like it's going to be sold out and I want to get it through Sideshow or something, I'll pre-order it. But unless it's like one of these artisan releases, more often than not, you'll be okay if you wait a little while just to see what the landscape's going to look like. Matthew Sports says, my local Sideshow distributor has a few $20.99 allocations, I think. So as soon as you start trickling, and I'll make a decision. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good call, Matthew. I mean, again, the blogger photos look good, but I always love seeing like in-hand videos of them. I guarantee you there'll be some up tomorrow. We got a lot of people that do a lot of good reviews out there, man, and I do the same thing. I like to get a lot of information before I make a purchase. Ben Thomas says, I've had 2 figures stuck at the Canadian border since November 5th because of our postal strike. Dude, that is horrible. Not only for figures, but just with general, dude. I am sorry to hear this, man. That's horrible, dude. Sorry about this, man. Damn. X-Men says, LOL, I'd love to be at the point where I'm itching to buy something. I'm overflowing over here. Yeah, same here, X-Men. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you get that feeling you want to, but then you're like, no. There's a reason why. Like enjoy the calm. Maybe go pay off something. You know, why don't you use your money that way? Pay off something instead of like getting that dopamine hit and going pre-ordering or buying something else, you know? All right. I'm telling you, man, you know what's so cool? Is we're sitting here, we're 50 minutes in. We haven't talked about one topic. Not one. And I'll be honest with you guys. I don't want to speak for everyone. But I could just sit here and do this all night. You know, I could bring up a couple pictures. Like, we could talk about Dom. You know, I could bring up Dom. We could talk about Dom. But it's just so cool, man, that, like, we're on episode 13. It's Friday the 13th, episode 13. I see so many familiar faces keep coming in, and that's just so cool to me, man. I love seeing new people come in. Like, I love seeing new people come in, and a lot of you guys in the chat have been so kind, man. I've been in other streams where, like, y'all said, hey, man, can't wait for the show tomorrow night, or can't wait for the show tonight, or somebody's mentioned something, you're like, hey, man, you should go watch Justin's channel and stuff. Like, that stuff means the world to me, man. That stuff means the world to me. That means that I'm at least, you know, that we're at least doing something right on the channel, that people are feeling, they, like, look forward to at least hanging out in this chat. So kudos to you guys for making it a super cool, super chill. The vibes are always great. Y'all are always, like, as soon as we get the show rolling, man, we already got a whole list of people chatting with each other. Everybody in the chats, you know, talking back and forth. It's just awesome, man. It's the whole reason I wanted to do the show. And you know, I'm gonna, because I don't want to ever get to the point where it's like, you know, and y'all might get tired of me saying it every week, but every week I just want to look you right in the eye, right through my camera lens, and just say a heartfelt thank you, man. Because we got 34 in the chat on a Friday night. We've gone live at 11:30 at night. We've had 35 people. So again, man, the show continues to find new people. A lot of you guys keep coming back, and that means the world to me, man. It really does. I'm hoping that I'm continuing to bring you guys some sort of value. And again, man, it means the world to me. So I just wanted to say thank you before we got the show. I mean, the show's already been rolling, but before we got to another topic. So thank you guys once again for being here, for the support. Wouldn't even be without you guys hanging out in the chat, dude. So it's just been a blast, man. Love talking with you guys. So thank you all again. And this is right, like a family backyard picnic. You know it, man. You know it. Moose Stream says nothing gets announced on Fridays. Well, there goes my hype, you know. I thought that maybe it happens tonight, Moose. But you're probably right. You know a lot more about this than I do, but damn it. I was thinking we can maybe get that winter drop tonight. You know, we'll see. All right. Let's get first topic. We'll keep talking like this, but let's at least put a figure up on the screen. We got 40 in the chat. Thank y'all all so much for being here. Hit that thumbs up button if you wouldn't mind. Let's get to the first official topic of the night. And let's go ahead and talk about this guy right here. Spider-Man 2029. Whoa, that'd be wild. Spider-Man 2099 in the building here. We're going to go through some of these pictures. Maybe not all of them, because I'm sure at this point we've all seen them. But we're going to go through some of them here. And I'm very, very excited to talk about this figure. Very excited to talk about this line with you all, because I'm kind of excited to see where everybody's at with this. I'm just opening up these images. Give me 1 second here, and I will make sure. Ball rolling here. So that should be enough. So let's do this. And then, so I love this, by the way. This looks amazing. They did a really good job on these promotional images. You can see that Miles Morales right there. Again, me personally, I am, I don't want to say I'm all in on anything, because anything can happen. But as of right now, I have all these figures pre-ordered. This has made the cut over the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 line. And I'm good with that, because I am very hyped for these releases. I think that these are going to look fantastic. I love Across the Spider-Verse. As good as Into the Spider-Verse was, and it was incredible, I actually prefer Across the Spider-Verse. And that's not saying that like one's way better than the other, but I've rewatched Across the Spider-Verse way more. Both are fantastic. Love it. The only thing I wish we could get is, somebody already said it, like, where the hell is Peter B. Parker? Where the hell is Spider-Gwen? I'm holding out hope that maybe for the third movie they bring those out, maybe a Spider-Noir. They got to be doing that because aren't they doing a show with Nicolas Cage, a Spider Noir show? I think they are. So again, man, there's a lot of figures that are still left on the table that they need to do. But I'll say I'm very hyped for this release. I think the adjustments they made are good. Like, look, I mean, if you look at, so like, let's take a look at this photo right here. So if we take a look at this photo right here, and we can kind of see how this is look. So like, obviously with the older figure that people really weren't, you know, they weren't feeling it too much with, you know, the exposed joints and all that different stuff. And I mean, I get that. I will say the one thing that I am interested to see is how the articulation is going to be. The one good thing I'll say, even though those had the exposed joints or whatever, is that in those blogger photos, they posed the hell out of that thing. I mean, they posed it really well, and it looks like they're posing it really well here. In this suit, I'm hoping just does a good job of holding up. But you know, this is one that the Spider-Verse line is one that I really want to like pose. So I'm very interested to see how that works. That's why I'm very excited to see like in-hand videos of this. I'm happy with the changes they've made. The head sculpt looks great. The suit looks great. I'm very happy with the versions on this. But again, I really excited to see video review of this because I'm really excited to see what that suit's going to look like, how that effect is going to look, and I'm really excited to see the posability. Again, just based on these blogger images, the posability looks good. The articulation looks good, and I am I don't know, me personally, I'm very hyped for this line. You know, I love this character. You know, we got Miguel here with the we'll see the head sculpt here in a little bit, but I just love the pattern on the suit. Again, I'm very interested to see how that's going to look. And again, if you're somebody that's like into the comic books or maybe you're somebody who doesn't read comics and you want to know a little bit more about the Spider-Man 2099 story, definitely check out some of the the comic runs. They probably even got like big, like a whole omnibus of like, you know, the whole comic storyline. So definitely check that out, man. Definitely a great character. And I loved Oscar Isaac in this. And yeah, I think it looks great. And again, man, I know that a lot of people, like, trust me, I get it. Some of us want, you know, we're going to pose it with the head sculpt. Some of us aren't. I just love head sculpts, man. I just love the head sculpts on these figures. I think they look great. They are vibrant. They look great. This one's going to be one that I'm definitely going back and forth on because I just love, I think they did a great job with the sculpt personally, and I think it looks great. Let's do this. Let's look at the, because I just remembered that we had a poll going. So let me get that poll finished up here. I guess a new poll. And with 37 votes, I asked, did you secure the Artisan Moon Knight? 38% said yes. 24% said no. And another 38% said not interested. So my next question for you will be, what is your hype level? What is your hype level for this Spider-Man 2099 figure? All right, there we go. That way we can kind of see where everybody's hype level is on this figure. I'm very excited for it. I cannot wait to get this one in hand, and it just looks great, man. It just looks great. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat here. Ren says Hot Toys really announces something because it's the week. Yeah, I was just kind of like, I wasn't really like thinking they were going to do it, but I was just trying to talk it into the existence, you know, just be like, hey, what if it happens? What if it does happen? But Sunday could be a night that I could see something. Sundays have been kind of busy this month, so we'll see if it happens on Sunday night, because I know that Sunday night there's been some releases. I know that John Wick released on a Sunday, so we'll see. Toy Collector says, this guy looks good. I want, but I can't. Yeah, I hear you, man. This one, I've had to have that conversation with a few other pieces. This one is definitely coming home, though. I just think this looks so sick, dude. This just looks so badass to me. Honest Hand says, when does the next Across the Spider-Verse movie come out? It's going to be a while, I think. I think it's going to at least be another year or two. I forgot why they had to kind of stall shooting on it, but it's going to be a little bit longer, I think, than we were hoping it would be. That's my way of saying I don't know an exact date. Honestly, so that's a great question, but I think it's at least 2026. That could be wrong. Moose says, question in chat. 50% Sideshow promo expiring tomorrow. Suggestions for ordering. I'm in BT1. I'll be right back. Because I have something to show you. All right. You mentioned Balin. I wanted to, I have a review up on my channel about it, but just in case y'all didn't want to go check that out, I wanted to at least show y'all kind of, this is a great figure, man. So Moose, again, man, I'm never going to tell what to get or how to spend your money. But I will say that it better not be a bad pickup. The Balin would not be a bad pickup whatsoever. I'm very happy with it. Clint says the update looks way better than the original. No, I agree 100%. All I was getting at, Clinton, was like, I want to just see how good the articulation is going to be. Like, I really want to pose this up, and based on these blogger photos, it looks like it is going to. That was the only thing I'm kind of wondering is, like, now with this new body, new suit, like Ash said, looks like a new body too. It really does. It looks like the proportions are a lot better. There's a lot to love about it. No question. I do want to make sure that the posability looks great, and I think it will. I'm interested to see that with like the in-hand reviews. It says that thanks for being here, C Jesus. Really glad you're here, man. He says that head sculpt is incredible and rolling eyes to boot. You could pose that puppy till the cows come home. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any Spider-Verse figures yet, C Jesus. So I'm very excited to pose this up, man. I cannot wait. And yes, let's take a look at this head sculpt again. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. I mean, it truly is a great head sculpt, dude. It looks like it just popped right off the screen. I love it, man. I love it. X-Men says, I love 2099 back in the 90s, but this dude was such a dick in the movie. Yeah, but I will say, I mean, here's the thing. Agree. Let me first say this. Agree. But I will say, like, I think it fit perfectly with the story they were telling. And I feel like it was, when the third one comes out, that arc is going to be finalized. Like, his arc did not get resolved in any way whatsoever. His arc is still ongoing. And so I think that might help too, X-Men, but I totally hear what you're saying. I just meant that by the time the third one comes out, I think they'll finish up Miguel's arc, and I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be great. So, yes, he was, but I still thought the character was great, and I still thought Oscar Isaac just did a great voice performance on this. Valkyrie says he loves his Balin skull. It really is a great figure. I mean, it really is a great figure. I mean, I just look up at it and it's like, there's just not much that you can really point at that's like, yeah, there's that issue with it. For the most part, man, it's just a piece, man. I'm very happy with it. And the Ahsoka line is just going to be, I feel like every single figure that comes out is going to be tempting for a lot of people. Yeah, I just want to get to a few more of these pictures here. Again, I really like this pose a lot. Again, the suit just looks great. I mean, I really think the improvements are fantastic. I think they did a great job with the improvements here. Again, you can kind of see it right here with this, like where this creasing is going to be and stuff. Again, that's the only, I don't even want to call it a concern really, because I think the changes that they made kind of needed to be made. But I am interested to see how well it's going to pose and what the suit's going to look like, you know, during the, but again, for me, man, to be honest with you, I mean, I'd rather there not be a bunch of creases in the suit if possible, but I'm going to be I'm going to at least be doing poses like this and stuff, you know. I mean, I probably won't do that pose exactly, but like this pose is something I could see myself doing. Or, you know, I'm not as good at posing as others, but this would be a sick pose too, man. So again, I'm really excited to kind of like have fun with the posing of these figures. And I think that's the other reason I'm looking forward so much to the Spider-Verse stuff, is because that it has that feel of like, you know, you can it's got enough of that feel, because I think it's an animated, you know, since it's probably an animated movie, this is why I think this, but like you almost want to like still play with the toys, you know, you almost want to like do like poses and scenes and all the different stuff. So very excited for that, man. They come with like these like background cards or background pieces or whatever, so all those together could look really cool. And this luminous reflective effect, I'm very excited as well. So again, just really looking forward to this. And Matthew says, would you like to see them do a comic version of 2099? Yeah, I would. I'm trying to think what that 2099 that's out already is. I'm trying to think where that was from. Is that I think that was the video game version. Yeah, I would like to see it. I mean, I'll be honest with you though, Matthew. I'm going to be happy with this one. This will be my Spider-Man 2099. I don't see myself double dipping on this character, so this will be my Spider-Man 2099, and that's what I like about it. It works with the Spider-Verse stuff. I think it also works as a standalone 2099. So yeah. Ash Chase says, if they did live action 2099, who would you want to play? And that's a great question. That is a great question. Let me do this real quick. I just want to check if there's been any rumors. I guess there's not a whole lot of rumors. There's just some people saying that Oscar Isaac could do it, you know, and I mean, I don't disagree. It depends on like what stage, you know, how you want the character to look, like what, you know, I do see Oscar Isaac being like that makes sense, you know. But if you want to go a little younger, maybe not too much younger. I mean, that's the perfect age, really. I don't know. I would like to see someone. For me, man, I think I'd like to see like an unknown actor. I think I'd like to see someone kind of, or like somebody that like is a known actor, but not like super well known, so you can like see him in fresh eyes. I think if Oscar Isaac did it, Oscar Isaac has had so many like comic book movie roles. You know, he's been in the stuff, so like that. You know, I think he would do a good job. But I would like to see like almost kind of like maybe like somebody that's like. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a great question. Think on this, Ash. That's a great question, man. I'm interested to think about this a little bit more. But yeah, that would be my like where I would lean is like kind of an unknown actor, maybe an actor from like a TV series that's, you know, a pretty good show, but like, you know, it's not like this massive hit, like so you can remove, you know, you don't just think of him as that character. That's what I would like to see. Matthew says, just joining back, so catching up. Do you think you would have pre-ordered this figure if they left it as from the first reveal? Man. Probably not. I don't know, man. I might have. And the only reason I say that is because that would be the only one that would be left out. And it's one of those things where, like, I would have had to have waited, Matthew, to actually see it in hand. I would have definitely waited to see it in hand and heard a bunch of people in the reviews kind of mention what they liked about it. I would want to see it for myself, not just the promotional images. So I'd want to see it for myself and see how it looked. So I know that's kind of like not answering the question fully, but that would probably be my answer. Is like there's potential I still would get it if it looked better in like in-hand videos and stuff. Clinton says, how does that cape connect? That's a great question. That is a great question. Let's go to this one picture. Let me see if I can pull up a different one that might show us a little bit more. I'm not sure, man. I mean, it looks like it would probably click into something, but I'm not seeing it too much right now. I'm trying to go through all pictures, just see if I see any place where it could be. I don't think it would be like magnetized, so there's got to be like a little clip in, I would think. Oh, here's a good picture that we can look at. Let's look at this one. So if you look at this one, the cape looks like it goes over. So this could be like, this could be magnetized, dude. Just based on what this looks like, man. Again, I'm not sure, but it could be. Expert Supreme says $29.9 is way better than the one from the game. Oh, 100%. 100%. Matthew says, I wonder if the material in the suit will be the same as Zombie Hunter Spidey from What If. Man, that's a good question. I'm not sure. That's a really good question. Matthew says, probably an odd take, but I would want to see Oscar Isaac play live. Dude, me too, 100%. I would love that. I just mean, if they're not going to go this route, I would like for them to just go almost unknown route. Like just somebody new, like a fresh face, like somebody that, you know, you could just connect this character to. Almost like when like Hugh Jackman played Wolverine. Like that was like at the time, like nobody really knew who Hugh Jackman was, but they played Wolverine. It was like, whoa, like then he became like a superstar, you know? But, yeah, Oscar. Oh, 100%. I mean, again, I want to stress, like, I think Oscar Isaac would do a fantastic job. I love him as the voice performance. I was just trying to think of something other than that because that's kind of the obvious choice. Clint says, could you put the Mr. Knight head on this since Isaac voiced him? I mean, I wouldn't, but I'm sure you could. And Collector Joey did say magnets. Okay, nice. So yeah, magnets on the cape. I would like to see how this scales with the other Spider-Verse figures. That's me too. I'm very interested to see these come out. I think this one is going to be a lot bigger than like the Miles and stuff, which is going to be cool. And like the Miles G. So yeah, I'm interested to see this as well. Joey did not like how I didn't see his magnet. Yeah, my bad, Joey. I'm seeing it now. Man. And, Big Rip says Oscar is too short for $29.9. Yeah, I said the same thing when he played Apocalypse, but I just felt like Apocalypse need to be a lot bigger, man. That was so weird seeing. I mean, I thought he did a good job in the role. I just wish they would have like imposed him a little bit more. So there's stuff they could do in post production and stuff to make him look bigger, probably. But yeah, I think it would probably be okay. But I agree. I mean, Miguel is a big guy. Toy Collector says Figure Hideout has a short video, like Joey said in Madnix. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, Figure Hideout always comes out some really good stuff, really good reviews. So I'll definitely be checking that out. Clinton is not a fan of the cape. Big Rib was not a big fan of Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse, even though he thinks he's a great actor. Yeah, I thought they could have done a better job with Apocalypse. That whole movie was just awful. There's some good moments in it, but I was very disappointed in it. I thought it was going to be awesome, and I was very excited for Apocalypse as a villain. What else do we got here? Moose says Sideshow emailed me to say my $20.99 Spider-Man is delayed. Damn it! This means mine is as well. I don't know why the hell I can't talk today, man. Collector Joey says he almost lost his cool. I know, dude. I could feel your hatred in your coursing through your veins, man. Very sorry, Collector Joey. Very sorry. Matthew says, I think this figure will be taller than Toby, Andrew, and Tom Final Swing Hot Toys. I think so too. Clint says 15% off for in stock at Sideshow. If anybody wants to use it, expires at midnight on 12/14. So there you go. I'll leave that up there for a little bit if anybody wants to take advantage of this 15% off coupon for anything in stock at Sideshow. And then we'll move on to our next topic. All right. What else we got here? What do we got? Any other music here? Gotta get something different going. All right, let's see what else we got here. What other topics do we got? I'll leave it up to you guys. We got 27 in the chat, so I'm gonna let chat decide on this. So we could talk about I feel like we've talked about, even though I have it in the thumbnail, I feel like we've talked about Artisan Moon Knight enough, because I actually have a preview video of that already, and we've kind of already discussed if we've gotten it or not. We got Starkiller, we have Nebula that was released, and we have obviously the let's switch it up to Star Wars. Let's go Star Wars here. Because I know we got a lot of people that are going to be excited about this. So we'll go here. I'll wait to see what you guys vote in the chat. But if y'all are cool with this, we will probably go this route. We'll probably go this route here for Plo Koon. But let's see what everybody has to say. Let's just take a moment here. Let's just take a moment to not talk about anything, and let's just check in with the chat. Let's just hang out for a little bit. And let's see who we got here. Tucker says, I do want to talk Winter Soldier a little more. We will. Then we will. And then Clint said, not going to use that promo code, so I figured if anyone needed it, this would be the best place to share it. Yeah, for sure, man. So that, again, one more time, guys, if anybody wants to use this, Clinton's being nice enough to say, if you want to use this 15% off for in stock at Sideshow, it expires at midnight tonight, so there is that coupon code if you'd like to use it. Thank you so much, Clint. That's really nice of you, dude. And we will shut down the poll here with what is your hype level for the Spider-Man 2099 figure? Only 6% at a 10, only 12% at 8 to 9, 24% at 6 to 7, and 59% at 1 to 5. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I was expecting 6 to 7 for a lot of you. Just didn't seem like too many people were like super hyped. But yeah. And Tucker also says, could we maybe talk about Winter Soldier a little more? Yeah, we can, absolutely. Let me pull up instead of pulling up just that one image we got, let me actually pull up like an actual image of Bucky. And what I would love to see. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the Winter Soldier here. So thank you, Tucker, for letting me know. We will talk about Plo Koon right after this. So if you're wanting to talk about Plo Koon, we will talk about this. We'll talk about Winter Soldier here for about 10 minutes because until we get a few more photos, there's not a whole lot more I can add I haven't added to that live stream I did the other day. But I will say, Tucker, for me, man, I'm really thinking we could get something like this. I'm really thinking we could get this damaged shield to go with this figure. I know that they were talking about this today when I checked in for a little bit on Will Foxification stream. I know Collector Joey was there, and they also had Dean on there, and they were kind of talking about the Winter Soldier, and they had a really good conversation about this as well. So I'll kind of piggyback a little bit on what they were talking about because I thought they had some really good points. They were kind of talking about, like, you know, are we going to get, you know, real leather with some of this stuff, you know? And I think that's what 1.0 collectors are trying to see. Like, I know a few people have been wondering if we're going to get like a die cast arm or not. I don't know if that's going to happen personally. The weight of that would be interesting to see. So again, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm just not sure if it would. I don't know how that would work. And then I do think we're going to get like I don't know if it's going to be a new body, but I think the proportions are going to look a lot better. I think the hair, and the best thing that they were kind of talking about that I hadn't really thought of was, you know, I'm just assuming that this is going to be an Artisan release, you know, and they really didn't say anything Artisan, but I will say when they teased that Jack Sparrow, this is almost identical to that Jack Sparrow announcement where they only showed a Jack Sparrow picture and it had cut off, like, it only showed the mouth all the way down to, like, you know, right below his chest, just like they did with this promotional image of Winter Soldier. And we ended up getting like 3 or 4 different SKUs of that. An Artisan at 4,000, and then some other stuff. Now, Winter Soldier's not going to get that treatment. It's not the same level of character as Jack Sparrow. Like, you know, people that don't even collect Hot Toys would probably get that Jack Sparrow just because it's a Disney property, and Disney collectors, you know, they're going to seek out Disney collectibles. So there's like a whole new market for that. Winter Soldier, if it is limited, I mean, I don't even know if it's going to be limited. If it's Artisan, it will be limited. So what I'm personally thinking is going to happen is, my guess is we're going to have a couple of different SKUs for this. I think we're going to have a sculpted option of this. I think the rollout is going to be very similar to the God Loki rollout. I think we're probably going to get like 3,000 Artisan Winter Soldiers, and then we're going to also have a sculpted version. I mean, that's my guess. Does that mean it's going to happen? Probably not. I mean, this could very well just be like a regular standard release, but the way they tease this, they didn't even tease that stealth suit like this. They're teasing this for a reason. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not just putting this teaser out because it's just going to be a regular figure. There's going to be something special about it, whether it be limited, whether it be Artisan limited, whether it be new materials, whether it be a wholly new refined sculpt and body. There's something just like with that Jack Sparrow. They teased a little bit of that base, right? You remember? They teased a little bit of that base. They teased a little bit of the hair. There's got to be something to this more than, oh, it's just a Winter Soldier 2.0. Like, because I mean, look, the Winter Soldier is like a popular character, but like he's not, you know, it's not a character you really tease out to collectors unless there's going to be something like special about it. It's not like the Resistance where they kind of teased 4 characters and they're like, hey, look what's coming. Like, even though those were standard releases, the big announcement was, hey, look, this is happening. With this, I really think that, I do think it's going to be Artisan, but it wouldn't shock me if it's not. And kind of what you're saying here, Tucker, it could be like Beetlejuice and have wool hair, but not Artisan. Exactly. And that's what they were talking about on Will Foxification stream today. And again, I didn't catch a lot of it, so I don't want to speak wrongly on this because I don't want to, like, you know, speak for those guys. But just what I remember hearing, they were kind of discussing this as well. Like, is it going to be Artisan? Is it just going to be this? So I'm kind of in the same boat. I could see it go both ways, but my official guess would be that we're going to get a sculpted and an Artisan version. And I think they're going to do something very unique with the head sculpt from here up. I think they're going to have that interchangeable mask plate that you can take off. I don't see them doing 2 sculpts, but they could. This very well could be a true deluxe release. Where you get a couple of head sculpts. Maybe there's a base they're not showing. I definitely think we're going to get a magnetized base with this. I really think that almost every Winter Soldier figure, I feel like, is going to have this magnetized base. I really feel like that's where they're headed with a lot of these figures anyway. So yeah, I'll say that. My final prediction will be there'll be 2 SKUs of this, a sculpted, and I do still think it's going to be... I'm still going to say I think it's Artisan, but like the more I'm thinking of it, the more I'm thinking I'm wrong. But I am, no matter what, I'm picking this up. I didn't get the 1.0. I am extremely hyped for this. Like, I love the Winter Soldier, man. That movie is so good. That is like, that's not only by far, and this is saying a lot because the movie, the Captain America films are fantastic. Captain America probably had the best movies as like a solo Avenger. Like, all of his movies, and again, in fairness, Civil War was almost like an Avengers film. So, but he, you know, it is still titled Captain America. But Winter Soldier is like one of the best the MCU's done. And so I'm just hyped to collect the movie. And I said it on my stream the last time we talked about this figure, man. And I know some people that are tuning in are probably tired of hearing me say it, but like, I have really been strategic of waiting on buying backwards on a lot of early phase MCU stuff for days like today where we get these 2.0s, because I just figured it was going to happen. And so my patience, at least in the short term right now, has paid off a little bit, because my collection would look a lot different if I would have went and bought backwards a lot of the stuff I wanted when I first started collecting. But I just told myself, like, be patient, wait and see what they do. It's been a while since they made those. Let's see what they do. And so I am over the moon hyped for this, man. I cannot wait for this figure. Tucker also says, I find it a little weird that it doesn't say artisan or stunning hair craftsmanship on the teaser, unlike the teaser for Captain Jack. Makes me curious. That's why I think it might be something different. That's a great point. But I think with artisan, with the Jack Sparrow, that was the big sell, and they teased out that thing. The thing they teased out is the arm. So I could definitely see the arm being made. The arm very well could have parts of die cast in it or something. I don't know how that's going to work. But they really teased out the arm. They really teased out the lower face. So something tells me that like the head sculpt is going to be brand new. It's going to be like this brand new Sebastian Stan sculpt. There's going to be something unique about this is why they're teasing this out. Either that or I'm completely wrong and it's just a regular release. I mean, all these could happen. We got figures plus fandom in the building. What's up, Steve? He says, doesn't matter what it is. This is casually coming home. Keep it casual, baby. That's right, man. Thanks so much for being here, dude. Really, really appreciate it, man. Really good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great night. Thanks for being here on episode 13 of Casual Friday, man, if you can believe it. Episode 13 on Friday 13th. But thanks for being here, dude. Really, really appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well. Toy Collector says, kind of wish I didn't pick up the Falcon and Winter Soldier version. Oh, well. Yeah, did you pick that one up at full price, Toy Collector? Were you at least able to kind of get it when it was on sale? Let me know. Toy Collector says, I ordered the new cap, so I'm still going to grab this one to go. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, me too. I'm getting both of those. Yeah, I knew what you... Yeah, but I'll just read this too, since this is what you meant. I ordered the new cap, so I may still grab this one to go with them. Yeah, I think when you see this one, dude, I think it's going to be so damn good, it's going to be hard to say no to if you like this character. Tucker says, I feel the same about backtracking for certain figures. I don't know about you, but I think a new diecast Ultron could be coming. It's so funny you mentioned this, Tucker. I'm telling you that these are the figures I'm looking at. I'm looking at Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm looking at, early Guardians. I'm like pretty much any early MCU stuff I'm looking at. And the Ultron is one that I was looking at actually. And like, I would love this. I would love this, man. I actually loved Age of Ultron, so I'd be hyped for this. Figures Fandom says, damn, 13 episodes killing it, bro. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate this, man. Yeah, 13 episodes. Everybody in the chat, man, doing a great job. Always keeping the hype in the chat. Always keeping it casual, baby. So I appreciate you being here, man. Ben Thomas says, I wonder what the queue will be like for this if there is one. That's a great question, man. I think that, let's just say, for argument's sake, it's 3,000. Q's going to be wild. Q's going to be wild for this, man. I don't think it'll be at the height. Like I said, Winter Soldier is an interesting character because even though people do have the 1.0, I think there's been enough time in between these two releases where there's a lot of hype even for people with the 1.0, even though that figure still looks good. I think there's going to be enough new figure that if it is limited in any way, that people are still going to want that. But yeah, this is a great question, man. I'm excited to see that as well. Very interested to see if this is going to be limited or not. And says so many people want this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's what I meant. Like this, it's interesting because this character might not have the broad appeal as like a Jack Sparrow we talked about with like 4,000 pieces, or like a Joker who was at 4,000, or an Anakin or whatever. But for collectors like us who stuff, multiple figures a year, that I am very interested to see what that number is going to be. I'm guessing if it is limited, I'm guessing 3,000. But we'll see, man. If it's more than 3,000, I think it'll be going to be an easy get. I feel like if it's 3,500 or 4,000 for some reason, I feel like it will be, especially if there's two SKUs. If there's two SKUs on this and there's a sculpted version, I think it'll be an easy pickup. But if this is just Artisan, and again, man, that's what's crazy. This could just come out and be a standard release, dude. That's what's wild. This could just come out and be a standard release that Hot Toys was just wanting to get hyped up and get people like me talking about it and keeping their name in the news cycle for, the 500th straight day. Figures and Fans says, thinks this will be 4,000 and easy to get. Yeah, dude, if it's 4,000, this will be easy. This will be easy at 4,000. I think 3,000 would be, I still think we'd be okay. But 4,000 for Winter Soldier, man, that I think that would be an easy get. Figures and Fantasy says, remember, Black Widow had 6,000 total. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the rollout could be more. I don't see it being. Yeah, but I'm with you. I mean, I think that you might be right. 4,000. I still think 4,000 might be too many, but I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. This is like the look for the character. This is the look for the character. And plus, the movie's named after him. So, like, you know, it's definitely going to be the one collectors want. So I'm with y'all. I definitely think it'll be sought after. I definitely think that there will be it'll be interesting. But all right, man. Winter Soldier. That was the Winter Soldier. Let's talk about, I know I had a few different things. I'll probably change the thumbnail once we actually wrap up tonight. I'll probably change the thumbnail to take off to have just the, you know, what we talked about tonight. So if you are catching the replay and you're like, hey, did they ever talk about this or this? We're going to probably talk about Plo Koon next, just because I haven't talked about that yet. And then if y'all want to talk about something else, cool. But like the Nebula and stuff, like that would probably be a short conversation. And then the I know the DeLorean came out, and then we also had, like I said, I feel like we've talked about Artisan Moon Knight. I mean, I could talk about all this stuff for hours, you know that. But I definitely want to get to Plo Koon. I know a few of y'all in the comments are Star Wars collectors, so I definitely get to that. So let's get to that. And let's take a look at this. Plus, I got Figures and Fandom in the building. I know he's excited. I'm definitely excited to hear his initial take on this. I'm sure he's going to save his full thoughts about it for Sunday's episode of Sneak Peek. But we'll see. Initial thoughts on this. So let's go to the poll. And let's ask the question. No, I don't want to do a Q&A. I don't want to do a Q&A. I want to start a poll. Are you getting this Plo Koon? All right, so there's the new poll. If you want to take part in that, it says, "Are you getting this Plo Koon?" And we got 28 in the chat. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out with me tonight. Definitely hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. I'm going to take a little drink of this Gator Light. Trying to stay hydrated during the winter months here. All right. Christian says that he's hyped for Plo Koon. I knew you would be, man. I know. Trust me. And look, I mean, technically, I'm a Star Wars collector. Like, I collect Star Wars figures, but I'm talking like the Star Wars collectors, like the collectors who are gonna like go with the deep cut characters. And Plo Koon is definitely more of a deep cut character, well-known character in the Star Wars verse, but like just to like an average Star Wars fan, probably not super familiar with him. I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm like super familiar with the character as opposed to, you know, episode 3. But I know people are gonna be hyped for this. I think Steve told me one time, he's like, hey man, if it's a Jedi, like that's just so cool. Like, so again, I think there's a lot of people that are just excited to be getting these Jedis. Like that's really cool to me. I know it's definitely been this has been one that people have been waiting on. So I'm always excited when Star Wars fans, Star Wars collectors get an announcement like this. Clint says, can't wait for all the alien Jedi. This Kit Fisto. Dude, I'm going to mess up this name. Is that C10? And I know you're thinking like, damn, Justin, you don't even know. I really am not super, again, aside from their appearances in the like live action stuff, if they have more appearances and other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm not as familiar with these characters. This is kind of where like my lack of Star Wars knowledge starts coming in. Is if it's certain stuff with Star Wars, I know a lot about it, but like this character, I really don't even, I know what the character looks like. I just didn't know if he'd appeared in anything other than the live action. Colin says this is the fastest PO in a while for him. Nice, dude. Nice. Moose says it's hard to order a figure that doesn't have screen time and got axed in 2 seconds. Yeah, that's how I felt like. That's why I'm kind of past some of these. Again, I'm kind of waiting. I still need to collect so much in Star Wars that it's I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to wait on some of these. Like my journey with Star Wars right now is just yeah. There's so many characters I've yet to get. Christian says, I want all prequel characters, to be honest. You know, I'm actually in the process, Christian, of really trying to navigate like how I want to collect Star Wars going forward. And as soon as I'm thinking, okay, I'll just do prequels, then I remember like, dude, you don't have any of that. You don't have Han Solo, you don't have Luke, you don't have Leia. Like, what are you doing? Like, you got to collect those. So I'm where I'm at right now in my Star Wars journey. I've kind of switched up. Once I get these like last couple of Ahsoka figures that I have on pre-order, I think my strategy, and I'm going to think about this and we'll talk about it again more, but I think my strategy is just like get the iconic characters first, like the icons. Like I got Maul on pre-order, can't wait for that. If they come out with a Obi-Wan, I'm swooping that up for sure. Got to get a Han, got to get a Leia. Like that's kind of, got to get a Chewie, a C-3PO. So like that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's why I'm kind of having to pass on these Jedi right now. But I know a lot of you guys already have all those characters, so these are like awesome announcements. Like that's how I feel. That's what's so cool about these announcements is like this is just a cool announcement to get for Star Wars fans. Yeah, see, yeah, Figures and Fans says another one where you get more out of Clone Wars. So that's exactly right, dude. Like that's what I was thinking. Wayne Timothy's in the building saying, what's up, Justin in chat? Can't wait for this to come home. Give me all the jet. Yeah. Hell yeah, Wayne. That's awesome, dude. Excited for you on this one, man. But yeah, let's take a look at a few more pictures. Where were we on this? We'll take a look at a few more pictures here. Again, what I really like to see, you get this. I really like what they're doing here. They did this with the Mace Windu. They get this Clone Wars gauntlet. And just like with what Steve said earlier, you get these gauntlets here with, if you're a Clone Wars fan, this is probably even better for you as opposed to if you're getting this for episode 3, even though it is an episode 3 release. You get that same figure base, kind of the same setup that Mace Windu had here. Get your kind of typical Jedi going here, kind of typical, lightsaber here. Again, just you're getting this character because it's who the character is, and also for this head sculpt. I mean, this head sculpt's wild. Really did a good job with this sculpt. Looks really, really badass. The articulation looks good here. I mean, damn, dude, this is just cool. Alien Jedi, dude. I mean, that's just cool, man. I'm kind of holding out for when they do that Artisan Kylo and that Artisan Rey. I know all you guys are excited about that sweet trilogy, baby. And I guess we're getting a new Finn. Maybe a Poe Dameron. I could see them giving us some stuff from Force Awakens. I don't know how much more stuff we'll get from the sequel trilogy as a whole, but I feel like Force Awakens we could get some love. Force Awakens fan could get some love next year with some announcements. We'll see. Like Christian said, man, with the prequels, I definitely have a soft spot in my heart for the prequels. Those are the first ones I actually got to see in theater. So like I'm with Christian on that. Like these prequel announcements, man, got me hyped. But we got to get a Padawan Obi. We got to get a Padawan Obi, bro. I mean, we got to get it. It's just got to happen. It's just got to happen. But yeah, dude, Plo Koon looks amazing, dude. This figure looks great. I mean, that's what I love about Star Wars, dude. I mean, again, I don't collect Star Wars at this level to where like, I go super deep with the characters, even though I love Star Wars. But I love this about Star Wars that like, it just spans over so much timeline. It's not like a linear story. Like a lot of it, like, I mean, there is a linear story there, like in the movies, but I'm saying like, there's like a lot of there's just a lot of different stories all around. I think that's what James Gunn said he was going to be doing with his DC universe, as opposed to Marvel kind of doing like a linear story. He said they were going to do it more like Star Wars. Very smart decision. But I just think you can get stuff from different eras of Star Wars and all look really good, and they all go together. I do think huge strength when collecting Star Wars, and something that Star Wars does really well with their collectibles. But yeah, dude, this dude looks, I mean, he looks great. He looks great. And anytime we can get figures, man, still at that $260 price point, I'm a fan of it. I mean, trust me, I love these like maximum deluxe artisan releases. I get hyped just like y'all do, but it is nice to just get a solid $250 release. Even though that's still super expensive, like it's still nice to get. Here's that Kid Fisto's growing on me, bro. That looks amazing, dude. That Kid Fisto looks so badass, dude. And fun fact, dude, I actually have a Plo Koon card from like Star Wars Chrome or something, numbered to like something. So I do have some type of collectible of Plo Koon. And here, and again, I'm not well versed in the Clone Wars, like this deep of stuff with the Clone Wars. I've got it, but with this with these clones here, I know a lot of people are excited about this tease right here. So maybe some of you guys that are kind of more familiar with these type of clones. Are these called wolf clones? What are these called again? Let me know in the chat if you know this. Let's see. X-Men Supreme, what's up, dude? Good to see you back in the chat, dude. It says, I have Han and Chewie on order right now. If I actually want them like that, or if I just feel the need to get them because they're so generally iconic, dude. Damn, what a comment. It's a good ass comment. It's a good ass comment here, because I have that conversation as well. I could put it this way. I 100% want Han Solo and Chewie. So like, but this is still a great point. And even though I feel it with Han and Chewie, I feel it with, I feel this with other Star Wars characters from time to time. Like, I know that like it's this character, but like, and even Marvel and stuff, or like just anything really. I mean, I think that does come into play. I mean, it's like, do I love these, or are they just like, I have a Star Wars collection, I have to have the original trilogy characters, or I have to have Anakin and Obi-Wan. I have to have Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, R2, C-3PO. I have to have Vader. I have to have Maul. I have to have Qui-Gon. I have to have Shmi Skywalker. Just, hey, I was seeing if y'all were paying attention. Some of y'all that were doing the dishes while listening, y'all stopped what you're doing to be like, did he just say Shmi Skywalker? Honey, this guy streaming says that we might get a Shmi Skywalker figure, baby. It's happening. It's happening, honey. That's how I pictured that going. But this is a great comment, X-Man. This is a great comment, dude. Because that, and again, man, I think this is showing like armor collectors in a way. If we can even ask these questions, you know what I mean? I know that sounds kind of silly, and I'm getting maybe too deep with it. But I do think once you start asking these questions, really starting to enter that thing of like, you're really becoming more and more disciplined, more and more curated to what you want and what you like and what you need in your display. And there's always this sense of like, we got to get every single thing. We got to get everything. Like, if we don't get it now, man, we can't. Dude, we're going to be able to get most, if not all of these for right around retail, maybe a little, even less, a lot of times less, especially at the rate they're going right now. Again, I just wanted to highlight this comment because I definitely think that this is something that we all struggle with from time to time with certain characters. 100%, dude. Great comment, X-Men. Always love hearing your takes, man. All right, let's see. Clint said someone's head looks like an upside-down turkey. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of, man, but that it makes it even more badass in a way. That makes it more badass. I wish Anakin in freaking we got. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Again, I've been doing my homework on Clone Wars. I've been trying to finish it up. That's what's so weird is like Clone Wars is, you know, probably more iconic and better than Rebels. But for that in Clone Wars I already know everything that happens. Tough, like, go watch it right now. But if it's fine, I'm going to definitely just watch the final season and just maybe watch some YouTube videos on what's going on with it. I don't know. Christian says, are you getting any of the NECA beetle juices or Mezco? Maybe, man. I'll be honest with you, Christian. Thanks for Christian. Good to see you, man. Dude, I actually had NECA beetle juices in my hands. I was at a Target and I was looking at them, man. And I'll be honest with you, I'm usually a huge fan of what NECA. But dude, I am overly impressed with those beetles, man. What do you think, Christian? I mean, am I just like being too hard on it or what, man? Because I was a fan of it. The Mezco looks good. I'm still waiting on my Scorch Xenomorph. Even though I'm going to get the Hot Toys version, I'm still going to get the NECA version. And then have you gotten your... I know you told me that you're getting Nightmare Before Christmas figures. Have you gotten those in, dude? And if you've already told me this, Christian, I forgot. I apologize, man. But I think it was you who was telling me that you got those, right? I'm very interested in those, man. I'm definitely going to be picking those up at some point. Clint says, those boots don't look split cut. Do look flexible. Maybe like Mace's boots. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'd be right. It's kind of like... 1 second. I know this is not the Mace Windu, but as long as they're not, and I don't know anybody else who has the Anakin, but I'm going to move my mic away, so I'm going to ask this question to move the mic so I can get closer to the camera. As long as they're not these boots, I'm going to be happy. So I'm going to show these boots. I don't know if that's picking... That was a horrible way to demonstrate. My goodness. I don't know what I'm doing. But basically, these Anakin boots, dude, for the prequel Anakin, I hate them with a passion. I hate these boots, man. You cannot get hardly any articulation with them. And it's a shame, dude, because the rest of the figure is articulated very well. You can get a lot of really cool poses with this guy. But damn, dude, as long as they're not these boots, I just want... That reminded me to show these boots off, and I'm just hoping they don't go this route again with boots. We need split cut, man. I mean, we just do. Anyway, sorry about that. That was trying to demonstrate, but that was horrible. All right, who else we got here? Oh, the Hoarder says Wolfpack. Okay, Wolf. Yeah, okay, so Wolf clones. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, if we're talking live action, I could talk about it all day, but the Clone Wars stuff, I do defer to people that are more not about that than I am. X-Men says, I wonder if Plo Koon will end up becoming a Grail. I doubt they'll ever make him again, and I'm wondering if this is going to be a more limited run than what we've been seeing. You know, X-Men, I think that dude, like, I don't like just throwing out Grail, like, and you're the same way. No, you don't do this either. So I'm not saying this for you. I just meant I catch myself doing that sometimes. I do think that with Star Wars characters, though, you're on the money on this. I do think that there's certain characters that will become Grails for certain collectors. That down the line, when they're wanting to build out their Jedi line and they're trying to find that's what makes it become a Grail. It's so like sought after. It's so tough to find it that when they finally are able to achieve it, they're like, damn, we finally got it. And I'm with you, man. Some of these characters, man, if you're really into this character and you really want it, I kind of said the same thing about the Ray Stevenson Balin Skull. Right now, it doesn't feel like there's any urgency for it. Once that figure sells out and we get a few years removed from it, now, again, if they recast that character, I don't know. We'll see the longevity of that character. But for certain characters like that, man, I'm with you. I think it's definitely something to be thinking about, as opposed to like if you pass on a Batman or something, you know they're going to make another one within a couple years. With a Plo Koon, you're not sure. So this is a great point. I definitely think that that's something to think about. X-Men says, yeah, I have an Iron Man, but honestly, I don't really feel any kind of way for the figure. Damn, really? I mean, but this is good. This is good. This is stuff that you don't know until you actually collect and open it. This happened to me with certain characters. It's like stuff that I was going to like just be over the moon for. You get it in and you're like, you compare it to when you opened up this, or this, start really realizing what you really enjoy the most and what you love having in your collection the most. So Valkyrie says, Shmi, yeah, me, I walk. Come on, Val. Come on this, dude. We need this figure. You know it, dude. You know it. This one says your audio is fading out a little, getting a bit robotic. Damn. Let me cut the music for a little bit. Let's see if we can let's do this. All right, here's what we're going to do. Even though this was 5 minutes ago, refresh. It might cut the stream off. If it does, I'll boot the stream back up. But this happened the other night. I don't want, it'll pretty much ruin, like, it's just, I've rewatched some of my streams where this happens and it's really tough to hear me. So I'm going to just refresh. Hopefully y'all are still with me when I come back. All right. Let's see if this helps a little bit. If not, I don't know what's going on. I got the Ethernet plugged in. Maybe I might have like too much stuff going. So let me close out of some stuff here. I am dealing with a little bit of weather here, so maybe that's why as well. All right. All right. Thank y'all for letting me know that, man. I really appreciate it. I know I don't get to that like right away because I'm trying to get caught up on the chat, but I appreciate the heads up on that, X-Man. Just keep me updated if it keeps happening. Christian Lopez says, my bad, those Beetlejuices in stores are 20-year-old reissues. The NECA Ultimate comes out soon. Oh, dude. Yeah. Okay, my bad, dude. Okay. This is good to know. Yeah. So I'm definitely interested in that for sure. I'm really waiting to see what the Sideshow Beetlejuice is going to look like as well. But yeah, for horror, man, like it's hard to go against NECA because, again, I love having the 6-scale horror stuff. They just don't make enough of it, man. NECA gives us like great stuff year after year, man. So I'm definitely interested. I'll be definitely looking at that. Yeah, I remember you telling me this, Christian. I know you're like, dude, your video, like, you made me start collecting this stuff. So I'm sorry I made you start. That inspired you to collect more of this stuff, man. But I hope you're at least enjoying collecting the NECA horror stuff, man. I know you're a big horror guy as well. So that's sick, dude. That place, that's going to look amazing, man. I don't think you're going to regret this at all. We got Ghost Drone 98 in the chat. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here, man. He says, so much is coming out. Makes me glad that my Joker 2.0 and Starkiller figures got delayed notifications. This is a great way to look at it, man. Anytime my stuff gets delayed, I'm kind of like you. I get a sigh of relief unless everything gets delayed and then everything comes out the same month. So as long as I have time to like breathe in between releases, I'm okay. It's just when we get, and that's what we've talked about before, when we get these figures early, like 6 months early, it's like kind of throws off your whole strategy. So, but yeah, I hear you totally, man. But thanks for being here, Ghost Drone. Hope you're doing well, man. Striker says, Plo is definitely a must-have for me as a lover of the Clone Wars. And if you have that Padawan Ahsoka, it's a good combo. Yeah, great point, dude. That's a great point. Yeah, I'm on the I don't think I'm going that deep on the Ahsoka line, even though I think that figure is going to be amazing. But we'll see. I'm definitely excited for the new Ahsoka figure, though. That figure looks great. I'm hoping we see more of that. I hope we see some Sabine soon. We'll see. Camera and voice aren't matching. Better now. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll just start doing. I'll just start refreshing and yeah, and we'll see. But I appreciate you guys looking out, man. Ren says, I need a Terrifier, Santa, Art the Clown, or 6 scale Ghost Band. I know that Renz, I know that Trick or Treat Studios does an Art the Clown. I don't, and I think people do customs for the Santa stuff. So definitely look at that. I know that Trick or Treat Art the Clown is actually a pretty solid figure. So definitely look into that. Ghost Band, I'm not sure of. I think Trick or Treat does Ghost Band as well, dude. So and Rand, you probably already know this, but I'm just saying if you don't, check out Trick or Treat Studios. They might have both of these. Curtis Booth just entered the chat saying, "Hey everyone, so bummed I missed the notification for this starting somehow. I'm homesick and everything too. Bummer. Hope everyone is doing well." Curtis, it's okay, man. I understand. Listen, man, I appreciate you being here in any capacity. We're bummed out too, man, that we couldn't have you at the beginning of the stream to chat with you, man. But you're here now, and forever how long we go, hopefully you stay with us, man. Hopefully you start feeling better. And but thank you for being here for episode 13 of Casual Friday, man. Definitely check out the replay after it's done. And would love to hear your thoughts, man. But thanks for being here, dude. So yeah, that was the Plo Koon there. And yeah. Looks good. Looks good. But 28 still in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. Really appreciate it. We actually started at 8:30 tonight. So that was really cool. I just felt like we had so much to discuss. I definitely would discuss like the Spider-Man 2099, the the Artisan Moon Knight. And speaking of Artisan Moon Knight, just for the sake of, I just want to discuss briefly this real quick, just briefly. But what are we feeling about the $425 price point here? I mean, again, we know it's Artisan. Is there something that, even if you picked up this figure, is there something within this figure that we wished we would have got more of? We get the accessories, we get the suit. Do we wish we would have got some type of base with this? Are we happy with this base? Do we wish it was a magnetized base? Like, I'm personally okay with this base. This sculpt looks out of this world good, in my opinion. This figure just looks like it's gonna. I mean, I am beyond hyped for this. I am so happy that I was able to pick this up today, and I truly cannot wait for this. This sculpt looks absolutely incredible. Let's see who else we got here. I just want to make sure I'm getting to everybody. Rand says, I know Trick or Treat does Ghost, but I thought their art is a different company. LOL. It could be. I just know that sometimes it's on their site. So I might have misspoke. I just know that sometimes I see it on the site. So I don't know what company actually makes the figure, but I know I've seen it on their site before, I think. But I know there's 6 scale arts out there. Curtis says, I'm so undecided on a Plo, though. I've wanted him and Wolf forever, and they're on the list of figures I've pre-approved myself to buy if they're made. But now that he's here, I'm hesitant. Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, look, it's your decision at the end of the day. Like, I want to make that perfectly clear. So I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. But if you're hesitant, I would just hold off then. I would hold off if you're hesitant about it. That's how I can kind of tell sometimes too. Now, if it's price and you just don't want to pay the price, that's one thing. Like if it's something that came out and you wanted it day one and you tried to go through TBA or something and the price was just too steep and you're like, yeah, I don't want it that bad. I'll just wait for retail. That's different. I'm saying if you're hesitant even to pick it up or pre-order it, I would just hold off, man. Because like you said, there's going to be other releases that come out that you're for sure going to want to pick up, you know? Ben Thomas says, I make fun of Plo Koon, but it does look cool, huh? And I like aliens in general. Dude, I would love to get some Men in Black figures, man. When I saw that, I was like, dude, how cool would it be if we got the Men in Black villains? It'd be so cool. Figures Fan says OG was $290, $425 is fair for essentially the same figure in a sculpt with rooted hair. Yeah, that's true. I just didn't know if there was anything. Is there anything now? Steve, were you able to pick this up today? I know we were texting about it earlier, but I never asked you, man. But is there anything else you would have liked to have seen with the figure? Or are you okay with everything it comes with for that $425 price point? Ghost Drone says he pre-ordered it and it bumped it down to $365. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And I know a lot of people used a lot of their rewards and some coupons on this as well today, but damn, dude, this thing just it looks absolutely incredible. I am like this was like an easy decision for this one. So I knew that I really wanted it because it was like I didn't even think about it. I was like, yeah, dude, this is coming home for sure. Ren says Egyptian diorama base would be cool for that price or some Egyptian related accessories. Yeah, dude, that would be cool, man. I agree with this, man. That would be really cool. I feel like I don't know, man. I know they're never gonna make it, but I would have loved to have got Ethan Hawke's character in this as well, dude. I thought he just did such a great job, played a great villain in the show. I just want more Moon Knight, man. I loved Moon Knight. I thought they did a great job with it. Want Midnight Suns, be sweet. SG Collectible says, I wish it came with a better base for $425 or pre-order today. Nice, dude. Congratulations. I agree. I would have liked to have seen a better base as well. I'm okay with the base, but I wish we could have got a little something more like where it felt like, artisan base, like a little something different would have been nice. X-Men says, all I know is that the weathering on this figure is not all that noticeable in the secret base photos that I saw today. Oh, nice, dude. I mean, not nice, but like, I didn't know that there was secret base photos. I mean, I need to check those out, X-Men. I appreciate the heads up on this. Striker says, I understand that Moon Knight is artisan, but considering it doesn't come with a diorama base, I think that's a little bit too much. You got more with the regular version. I think that was a miss that they had, honestly, with this, is that the base just seems like, as great as the head sculpt is, and it's phenomenal, the base just seems, it seems misplaced here. It just seems like, okay, throw in the base. It's got to stand on something. I do feel like they could have done a much better job with the base here. It's limited accessories, limited hands. Again, I'm like with what Figures and Fandom said. Like I am, I'm not saying 425 is a good price. Like it's expensive as hell. Don't get me wrong. It's expensive as hell, but for what these are going for and for what you're getting and just for what it gets charged for rooted hair, I understand why it's 425. It's limited to 2,500. I definitely would have liked to have seen a better base. I'm okay with this base in general, but for an artisan release, I'm with you. I think it could have been a little bit better. Moose says, I was keen for Craven movie, but heard it's not so good. Yeah, I would still go see it. I always like to kind of see these myself just to see if it's as bad as people say, but it is getting some terrible reviews. Toy Collector says, looks good, but was a pass for me. Even if I did order, I wouldn't display him with the sculpt, even looking this good. That's what X-Men was saying too, was like, as good as the sculpt is, like he's not putting Moon Knight with the and look, I'm kind of in agreement here. So my thought is this. I wanted this so badly because I thought the sculpt was just incredible. And I want to be able to put this with my Mr. Knight. And then I'll use the sculpted head sculpt for something else down the line, maybe. Maybe like a custom Poe or something. I don't know. Hopefully we get a Poe Dameron soon. We'll see. That's my thought. So I'm hoping that looks good. Because I'm like you, I definitely want to have the Moon Knight mask on, but this head sculpt is so damn good that I definitely would like to put this on the Mr. Knight. Because I guess I think I've told y'all already, but I'm getting Mr. Knight as well. So that's kind of my strategy with those two things. Curtis says, also, huge shout out to the Ben Thomas show for doing me a huge favor and picking up a figure for me today. Hey, Ben Thomas is that type of dude, man. I don't know him on a personal level. Like on a personal level is like in terms of we haven't gotten a coffee together or anything. But Ben's always super supportive of me in this channel and always coming in and hanging out. And every time I've interacted with him, this is no surprise here. This is no surprise here whatsoever. But that's awesome, Ben. And that's awesome, Curtis. Thank you for sharing this, man. Curtis says, yeah, I'm hesitant because there are more important Jedi to me to get, and I have 0 so far. Just a whole lot of bad guys. I hear you, man. Figures of Phantom says, I did get this. I was 67 in the queue. Hell yeah, dude. Should have gotten a much nicer base for this one. Agreed. It deserves one. Best Hot Toys cape. This figure is S tier. I agree with you on this, man. I agree with you, bro. I agree, man. I'm hyped that you're as hyped for this as I am, dude, because I think that this is I think this is a phenomenal release, and I'm excited about it. I really am. Ghost Drone says could have given us a Khonshu diorama base with a two Ghost Drone, dude. That would have been absolutely sick, bro. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, I don't even have to say nothing else. This is the comment says it all. That would have been so sick. Curtis says, I seriously cannot wait for the Scarecrow 2.0 to be announced. Same here, man. Same here. I'm going like this year was almost like, it was the first year of collecting 6 scale. It was kind of that first year of just kind of, but Dark Knight was a big, Dark Knight trilogy was a big focus of mine. And by the end of, once these all come out, man, I'm going to have that Bane, that Joker, that Catwoman, and the Armory. And next year, it's going to be, I have a different strategy, but Scarecrow, what I'm getting at is like that Scarecrow to add to that Dark Knight trilogy is going to be sick, man. So I cannot wait as well. I am very happy that we're getting that. I would love to get a Jonathan Crane, Cillian Murphy sculpt. Hot Toys, please, man. Give us a Cillian Murphy sculpt, bro. Please. So we'll see. X-Men says the original was $285 with Sideshow. $425 is a whole lot more just to add a sculpt. I agree. So let me, this is like a two-parter. So first off, I agree. It's a lot. I will say that sadly, I just feel like that's just for an artisan sculpt. It just seems like that's the how it's been going. So I'm not saying one way or the other that I like it or not, X-Men. I'm just saying that like, and again, I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know, but it just seems like that's usually the upcharge for it. So yeah, so we'll see. I mean, if this would have came with a better base, I would have had no problem with, again, super expensive still. I want to make that perfectly clear. $425 is a lot of money for a collectible. But if they would have had an incredible base with this, or like even like just a good like deluxe base, or again, I'm still kind of go back and forth on if I like the, we'll see what the magnetic bases from Hot Toys look like. They look like they're going to be pretty good, but that's what I would have liked to have seen is more like just a better base would have really brought this all together for me. I mean, I still think it's a phenomenal announcement, but I would have loved to have seen more with the base. And that doesn't mean it's got to be this huge thing. I've been saying on my channel for a while, like I don't even need like a huge base for everything, but for this figure, I would have liked to have seen a little something more than what we got. Matthew says, yeah, Craven sounds like a waste of time. Not going to waste money on it. Bought Venom 3 instead, buying movie tickets for Craven. Yeah, and we'll see, man. I'm hoping we get some we'll see if we get any of those Sony character figures, man. We'll see. We'll see when those get announced, if we get them at all. I'm unsure if we'll even get a Craven. They could have done a video game Craven. We'll see, but it's just a shame, man, because Craven's Last Hunt is like one of the great comic runs in Spider-Man. And it's just a shame, dude, because if they would just do that right in live action, it could be an incredible story to put in live action. And, it is what it is, man. I mean, hopefully we get it one day, man. I feel like that character deserves like to have a great villain arc in a movie. Big Rib says, I secured Moon Knight, but I probably sell off the head sculpt. Don't care much for it. That's a good strategy too, because there's people that just want the sculpt. So that's a good strategy as well. X-Men says, it's the Sony no Spider-Man universe. It's garbage by fact of existence. Yeah. It's just a way to kind of continue to use those characters and continue to use them. So Marvel, has to maybe pivot or maybe has to include them in on the, at the time, which was going to be like a multiverse thing. We'll see where this goes, but yeah. Matthew says, sorry, put their entire villains universe on pause for now and pulled Craven from 1,000 theaters. So they have faith. They have no faith in this movie. Yeah. If they're already pulling, and that's what I'm saying, dude, this thing will be on video on demand by Christmas. No joke. It'll be by Christmas Day that you'll be able to get this on video on demand. Big Rib says, I only got this Moon Knight because I couldn't find the first release for a good price. Everything is over 300. That's the same thing. Same thing with me. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't have this. I didn't have the OG Moon Knight yet. So for me, this was like an easy decision. If I would have had the 1.0, that's definitely a different conversation because that figure is phenomenal from what I've seen. So yeah, a great point here. Figures of Phantom says, Justin, I'm doing the same thing. Rooted onto Mr. Knight, pulling these guys back to back in the display. Going to look like, hell yeah, dude. That's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, even, you already know this because you said you're doing the same thing. But yeah, dude, that's going to look amazing. It's going to really look good. I'm very excited for both those to come in. Ben says, no shout out needed, Curtis. Glad I could help a fellow collector. Well, hey, maybe it's not needed, but we're going to shout you out, Ben. We're going to shout you out anyway. Thanks for looking out for Curtis, and thanks for sharing that with us, Curtis. Moose says, I have 2 Hot Toys original Moon Knights that I bought for under $200, and the Gentleman and God of Moon Artisan Moon Knight coming as well as Mr. Knight. Hell yeah, dude, you're going all in on this Moon Knight, man. I love to see it. Ren says, hope they do Scarlet Scarab. That'd be absolutely sick. Big Rib says, the way I figured it, if I sell off the head sculpt, I'll be paying less for the figure and make some of my money back. 100%. That's a good strategy. If you don't care about the head sculpt, trust me, there's going to be people that want to just get the sculpt for like however much you're going to sell it for without having to pay the $425 for it. Figure Fan says, watch Hot Toys Real Conchu soon too. Would not surprise me, man. It really wouldn't at this point. Let's see if we can get. I'm gonna try to play some music again and tell me if we start having those issues again, guys. If we're having some issues again, I want to at least get a little background music going here. Striker says, it's funny Hot Toys can create Moon Knight's cape and make it perfect, but they have some problem with the Batman capes they've done. You almost wonder if they just purposely mess up the Batman cape so they continue to bring out more Batman and like, this cape's better than the last one, but still not perfect. This one's better than the last one, still not perfect. And they just keep going and keep going. Because if they ever gave you the perfect figure, might not ever need another one. So, that could be it. I mean, either that or just the materials or something, but it is kind of odd that they can't seem to figure, I know a lot of people are not happy with a lot of the Batman capes, so. Curtis says, yes, a Dr. Crane head sculpt would be so blessed. On the topic of Moon Knight, though, I was hoping for the bad guy for Moon Knight to be announced, Arthur something, I think his name is. Yeah, he was great in it. Like I said, played by Ethan Hawke. Absolutely crushed it. Would love to have seen that. Would love to see some Ethan Hawke 6-scale figure love, man. And probably the hottest take of the night. Collector Joey coming in hot with, I'd rather watch Joker 2 again before I watch Kraven. So this right here is the review that you all need if you were on the fence about Kraven. Oh, man. Collector Joey said it. You heard it here first. That's his review right there. Matthew says, I wonder if we will get a Last Dance Venom or if Hot Toys will call it good with Venom, let there be carnage, since it's essentially the same suit. I don't think Hot Toys is in any rush to make the Sony stuff, to be honest with you. I'm not saying they won't. I just don't think they're in any rush to do it. Like, I don't think but again, man, we could get this a year from now. Like you saw it with this Moon Knight. Like, we're just now getting this Moon Knight. Like, Hot Toys doesn't make sense a lot of times. Like, they kind of do stuff their own way, which I kind of like. It kind of keeps it exciting and fresh, but who knows, man? I thought this would for sure happen, but we'll see. X-Men says, I told Brick I'd watch Venom 3. I'm not going to pay for that shit, though. I'll wait till it's available on Disney Plus or something. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spend $20 for it. I would rent it for like $5, but yeah, I mean, right now, that's kind of what I do with some of these releases. It waits till Disney Plus. Again, Kraven will for sure be on video on demand before the end of the year, probably by Christmas, because they're probably assuming like, hell, might as well try to start getting some of our money back now if they're already taking it away from 1,000 theaters and just cut their losses. Matthew says, I told my buddy Artisan price and current market price for original Moon Knight release even out, plus this new release has a head sculpt. Even out plus this new release has a head sculpt. Yeah, exactly. SG Collectible says, I hope we get a Sarah Connor Artisan edition or rooted Michael Myers from Sideshow this coming year. Man, I wouldn't hold my breath on this rooted Michael Myers. I you know, the Sarah Connor, I think, is probably a better bet, even though I don't know if that's going to happen either. SG Collectibles. I would love to see that, by the way, both of these. So let me get that out there. Like, I think this would be awesome. Let me put that out there. But I don't know, man. It's just like they're reissuing the Jason and the Freddy. This, you know, Sideshow is. They're probably going to eventually reissue the Ghostface. I mean, those are pretty good horror figures, but I wish they would like. I feel like the horror genre in general, I really feel like Caustic Plastic is our hope for like top quality, true like artisan horror releases, or like just true quality, like high level releases. Caustic Plastic is where I'm putting my money in next year with the Universal Monsters line and what they're doing with Phantom of the Opera, London After Midnight, Bela Lugosi. Caustic Plastic, man, is a company to keep an eye on moving forward. I mean, I say it any chance I get. Like, if you're into horror, you're in some of the old school horror, you're into kind of old classic horror, and it looks like they're kind of, you know, I would love if they'd start doing some modern horror as well. But the fact that we're going to be getting some Universal Monsters at that level, yeah, I'm a huge fan of what Caustic Plastic's doing. So that's kind of where my, again, I'm happy that Sideshow and Mondo are still giving us those horror things. It's always trick or treat, but like those aren't at the level I want to see some of these iconic horror characters. But I would love to see this. Ghost Road said the cape is so good on this Moon Knight that you can actually shape it into the moon like he does in the show while he's lying. That is so sick, dude. Let's see if we can get that image. Do they show that in here at all? I mean, the cape looks incredible. You're right. It looks fun. I mean, the costume design on the show is just so good. But yeah, man, it's going to be great comment here, Ghost Drone. Toy Collector says, I would love some more Hot Toys horror figures, but doubt that will happen. Pennywise is still one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't see Hot Toys doing it. Seems like they're sticking primarily to like Disney, and even that Fox Disney merger, they're sticking a lot to that. Starting to get a little bit into Netflix as well. It looks like Universal, like a lot of the horror stuff is like Universal and stuff like that. And, you know, so when it comes to that, I do think the Caustic Plastic looks like they do have that Universal Monsters line. So I would love to start seeing some more horror icon figures from Caustic. I mean, again, I love how they're going to the like golden age of horror, that like, you know, that early, you know, where it all began really. But I'm hoping after they do those, they'll start giving us at least some more like, you know, stuff from the 80s, stuff from the 90s type horror figures. So we'll see. Ash said, I thought Kraven was okay, not good. Sony needs to stop now. Let Marvel show them how it's done. Yeah, I think this is the thinking for a lot of people. Matthew says, anyone know if Venom 1 2018 was the last time we got a Stan Lee cameo on a Marvel property? Watched it recently and noticed Stan was at the end. RIP. It's a great question. I'm not sure about this answer, Matthew, but somebody might be able to tell you. I think Ghost Drone says, I'm personally hoping we get more announcements for the 85th anniversary of Batman. Man, I'll be honest with you, Ghost Drone. Let me lay that comment up, actually. Sorry I took that down so quick. I've given up on these anniversaries, man, because I have no idea. Like, it's so random what they'll come out with. So I'll just say, man, if we could just get some more, like, you know, we got the Dark Knight Returns announcement. We got the Batman Returns announcement. As long as they're doing some cool stuff like that, I'm with you on this, by the way. I would love to see this. But, man, isn't it frustrating? You think they're going to, like, we're just, you know, I'm just saying, like, man, it's the 10th year anniversary of Force Awakens. It's the 10th year anniversary of Winter Soldier. Look what they're doing for Winter Soldier. We might not get anything for, you know, so it just depends on what they want to do. Like I said, 85 years of Batman. And the limited stuff we've gotten so far is very interesting. So we'll see what happens, man. We still don't have a ton of stuff from Phantom Menace, which is just crazy to me. So anniversaries, man, I've almost given up on, like, expecting anything from anniversaries, Ghost Drone. But I'm hoping you're right, man. I would love to see more Batman 85th anniversary license stuff. That'd be really cool. All right, and to wrap it up for the night, we will quickly talk about this figure and maybe 5 to 10 minutes, because I know some of you probably aren't going to be picking this up, but I still wanted to give it the respect to talk about it just because it is it's a big character. It's a big release. Do we have a... Yeah, we still had a poll going on. So 34 votes. Thank you all so much for voting. That's an incredible ratio right there. We got 30 in the chat. 34 people voted. Are you getting this Plo Koon? And 47% said yes. 53% said no. So about right down the middle on that. Very, very nice. And we have this to look at next, which is the Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I'll be honest with you, man. In a different world, I would have loved to have collected this whole line. The timing has just been weird. No Drax and Mantis has been weird. Just this line just seems half done. It's just one of those weird feelings you have when you're trying to build out a line of characters. And some people might be like, well, dude, you're collecting the entire Across the Spider-Verse line, but they don't have Gwen, they don't have Peter B. Parker. And I would say you're absolutely right. I mean, you're absolutely right. The difference is this is team suit stuff. And so for me, team suit stuff, like it's crazy that you don't have the whole team in the team suits, And that's what's unique about this line is even though these team suits look amazing, I actually really think these figures turned out really well. But it's one of those ones where like you're either kind of all in or you're not with these. Like the Groot maybe is the only one that can kind of stand on its own. I mean, some of them can stand on their own, but if you want the whole team, it's going to be, to me anyway, I wouldn't want a couple in the team suit, a couple not. Like I don't want to kind of go all in or nothing. So as of right now, man, I'm kind of out on this line, but I'm still a fan of these releases. I think this Nebula looks great. I actually think this head sculpt looks really good. I've seen some in-hand reviews and it looks really good. So again, man, really great accessories with this. One that I'm just bummed out we didn't get, a full team with, but overall it's still a cool figure. And again, I like the team suit. It's just one that I'm having to pass on, and I actually think the body proportions look great. The Karen Gillian Nebula head sculpt looks really good, and I think these figures look phenomenal. So I'm very excited to see somebody that's finished out this whole line. Hopefully we eventually get Drax. At this point though, I just want them to do a regular Drax. I don't even want the team suit Drax anymore. I'm almost to that point to where it's like, all right, I'm just going to go the other direction. I'm just going to finish up the Guardians team from like the first 2 movies and go that route. So, again, I wanted to touch on this just for a little bit, just so we could talk about it. But for me, again, I love this character. I love this figure. I mean, I think this figure really looks good. But as we talked about, man, some cuts has to be made somewhere with some of this stuff. And without the full team and the team suits, man, I mean, I might just go pick up one of the older Nebula figures. The thing I do like about these team suits, man, is I think they will hold better over time as opposed to some of those other as some of those other Nebula costumes and outfits. But yeah. Matthew says, what announcements do you hope to see in the Marvel or Spider-Verse side of things next year? This is a great point. This is a great question. I have a lot that so Matthew, this is actually an incredible segue. It's an incredible segue. I was going to say this in the outro, but I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm actually working on a video that has this component in it. So that will be out next week. I'm finishing it up right now. So I'll give you a few just off the top of my head, but definitely check out that video, Matthew. I'm definitely going to be uploading that next week. And so I definitely want to hear your opinion on it. But I will be having a video about this. But just to give you a few, since you've been here on the stream all night and you're asking me right here, the couple that I'll give you without giving away the whole list would be, I desperately want Avengers 2012 2.0 figures. Like I really want a Thor. Like I really want an Artisan Thor, like very badly. And I would really like to see another Hawkeye. I really would. Whether that be I'll even take the one from the show. I don't even want to say I'll even take the one from the show. I would be happy with that one. I would prefer just 2012 Avengers 2.0s. I would love to collect that whole line and build that line out. Or even from Age of Ultron. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to see. And I'm hoping to see from the Spider-Verse, I'm hoping for a Gwen Stacy and Peter B. Parker announcement. So I'll give you those. I have some others on the list, but be on the lookout for that video, man. I'll definitely have that uploaded. So that's very cool that you mentioned that, because we're on the same thought process, man. We're all thinking like, okay, what's next? What's next? And so I definitely thought that'd be a cool video to throw out there. So be looking out for that one next week. And yes, a new Hulk would be fantastic. A new Hulk would be absolutely fantastic. Matthew says, yeah, definitely have to check out the video. Yeah, and it's going to have some other stuff in it too, but that was one of the things that I went over in the video. It's not just strictly that, but I definitely go over it in the video as well. So, so I just thought that, I pretty much just told you the ones anyway. So definitely still check out the video, but I kind of just told you a lot of them. but no, man, good question. That's one that we've been talking about for a while, like what we would love to see for Marvel in the next year and stuff. So again, man, even though it's at the very end of this year, getting that Moon Knight and Winter Soldier and Cap release, dude, that is awesome. Ash says he wants some figures from the New World Order movie. Yeah, that's for sure happening, I would think, Ash. Thunderbolts would be cool. Again, definitely some Marvel stuff that they can bring us some new figures for. That's exciting. Toy Collector said a new Hulk would be nice. Oh, hell yeah, it would. Toy Collector says, personally prefer the look of her in the other version. That's the one I have. Yeah, the other version looks great too. I'm a sucker for these team suits. I think they just look really good all together. And I think the head sculpt and the paint apps on this look really good. But yeah, I'm probably just going to get the older version as well. But yeah. Man, we still got 23 in the chat. We're at 11:03 p.m. We've been live for almost 2.5 hours. I think we're going to wrap up there, you guys. We're going to wrap up there. We got on a little bit earlier, simply because I wanted to get this stuff discussed, because we had so much stuff coming at us that I wanted to get on here and go live. I have been going live throughout the week when there's been an announcement or like a release or something. So be on the lookout for those, because I still will do like an impromptu pop-up stream. So if you want to see like my full thoughts or my initial thoughts for stuff like Moon Knight, for stuff like the Winter Soldier, those are actually on my channel right now that you can check out. And let me know what you think of those. But man, what a fun stream, man. It went from, we got hyped up with Dom Toretto at the beginning. Then we talked about Moon Knight. We talked about Spider-Man 2099. We talked about Nebula. We talked about Plo Koon. We talked about, what we didn't talk about? I apologize. We're going to talk about this real quick. I am not going to let this go without talking about this real quick. No way. We might only spend a few minutes on it, but it's on the thumbnail and it's getting talked about. I am so sorry. Just remembered that we have yet to talk about. And again, we're not going to talk about every image in here because there's 50 of them. But I am going to pull up a few of Starkiller. And we are going to talk about Starkiller real quick. All right, that should be enough. That should be enough right there. All right, so let's talk about Starkiller real quick. I wanted to get to this because I know, again, you just never know. People might click on the thumbnail. They see I had Starkiller in there, and then if I don't provide any type of Starkiller commentary, there's people out there that are just as hyped for this Starkiller as I was hyped for Winter Soldier, or as I was hyped for Moon Knight. So I want to definitely give this my respect. I think Starkiller is a sick character. Like I am personally not picking this up, but this would be the one I would pick up, oddly enough. Trust me, I know that there was like, we have Revan, we have a lot of these different characters. I'm not saying those aren't just like awesome figures as well, but I've played the Force Unleashed games. I kind of have more familiarity with this character in general. I'm still not picking him up, but I think this figure looks awesome. I actually really think this looks really good. And again, not one that I'm going to be adding to the collection, but I do like them doing more of these video game characters from Star Wars. I like the direction they're going with some of the comic book stuff, the Dark Empire stuff. I actually think that's really interesting. Like that's new, that's fresh, that's something we haven't seen. So that's always exciting. And I just think this is a sick release, man. Again, this material, Y'all's guess is as good as mine with what this material is actually made out of. I'm not sure. I'm definitely ready to start seeing more and more of this in hand and more reviews on it. But it just looks badass, man. It's just a badass looking character. It's one that, again, without sounding like a broken record, I'm personally passing on. But you can still appreciate it from afar, man. It looks fantastic. I just have to hold off. I have to hold off for stuff like this, all the Deadpool figures. We'll see what more of the resistance we get. We'll see if we get that Ryan Reynolds head sculpt Deadpool. So again, I'm having to hold off because of just all the stuff that still is yet to be announced, man. We got Steve saying it's nylon. I'm pretty sure, even though it seems this info has now been hidden. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it, man? That's very weird. I know a lot of people have been discussing back and forth what the material actually is. Clinton says dope. Toy Collector says he looks cool as hell, would look badass next to Vader. Not sure if that makes sense since I know nothing of him, but looks wise. Yeah. Yo, this would look so sick next to Vader. This would look so sick next to Vader, man. That would be a perfect way to display him. And Clinton is asking Figures and Fandom, are you sure? He needs to know, man. Clinton's been asking this. Clinton asked this, I think, at the very beginning of the stream, Steve. So I was definitely thinking of him when I was mentioning the materials because I didn't have the answer for him. So if anybody has that answer, that'd be great. But I'm sure Clinton's been searching for it as well. But yeah, this looks great. This is like my favorite part of the figure is the back here. I just love that. It's like this mechanical, like almost like corset. It's like a corset that's closing in the back here. And it's almost got this like Doc Ock, like merge into the spine thing. I just love that. I love all these different hilts that he's collected. I mean, this figure is badass, dude. I mean, it's just a badass figure, man. And again, it's one of those ones where like, I'm getting better. I'm still horrible at it because I get FOMO just like the rest of us, But I'm getting better at just being able to appreciate stuff without having to buy it. It's like, damn, dude, this looks amazing. Like, this is a beautiful figure, but it's not for me. I'm getting better because a lot of times, man, I'll be looking at something for so long and I'm like, damn, dude, that really looks good. I got to have it. I got to have it now. But I'm trying to get better at that. Still have a long ways to go, but I'm trying to get better about. And I think that just comes with like your first year of collecting Hot Toys. I don't know if anybody else had that trouble in their first year, but like, you want everything. Like everything looks incredible to you because like, it's new, it's fresh. You don't have any of these characters yet. So now that I'm getting more of the characters that I set out to get, this would be that next phase of collecting for me would be these type of characters. But there's just still so many other Star Wars characters I still need to get. With that said, though, man, I'm so hyped for people picking this one up because this one looks damn good. And I'm very excited they even made this figure. And not only made it, but we're getting it early. Figures and Phantom says, I had someone reliable tell me, but that's all I can say. You heard it here first. It's all I can say. But he said it's all I can say, but then he says this. So he says, hey, that's all I can say. Oh, he's talking to X-Men. He said, isn't the story with this suit is that he killed Vader and now is Palpatine's assassin? Spoiler alert. I don't recall if that was the blurb or not. Yeah, all joking aside, that is, yeah, but this has been out for a while, so I was kidding, X-Men. But yeah, you're pretty much right on the money on this. Yeah, Steve says, yep, that's correct. And so now I feel validated because Steve said it was true, so it has to be. X-Men says, same here, dude. Same here, X-Men. Been a while since play. Same here, man. It was like one of the, I don't even remember all of it. I just remember I do remember playing it. We'll see if we get a Cal Kestis. I know a lot of people are wanting that Cal Kestis, dude. I know a lot of people in the chat right now wanting that Cal Kestis. Can we get Cal Kestis? Can we? We'll see. But yeah, it just looks sick, man. Yeah, I mean, again, a pass for me, not for me. But this looks damn good. This just looks damn good. All right. Wow. The only thing that we haven't gotten to is that DeLorean. And the reason we're not looking at that DeLorean is because I am not even to the point yet where I can collect vehicles yet. I'm just not to that point yet. But as y'all have heard me say millions of times, if I was to get a vehicle, it would be a DeLorean. That's going to be my first vehicle that I get. And you know what? Screw it. Let's take a look. We got a little bit of time left. Let's take a look. Still got 20 in the chat going strong here. Let's take a look at this DeLorean. Why not? We started a little earlier tonight. It's not even as late as I thought. We got a little bit of time left here. Let's take a look at this bad boy here. And I'm going to give everybody a chance to talk me into getting this because I want a reason to get it. I really do. I want to make a bad financial decision tonight. I really don't. But damn, does this DeLorean look incredible? Bro? My goodness. And are you kidding me with this? Look how good these look, man, with the Back to the Future 3 characters. Oh, man. I feel like I would love to see the Back to the Future characters get the full deluxe artisan treatment. I know I'm calling for a lot of artisans. I really don't want this, I don't think, because then that would be like another $450 each. But I am not like, I feel like they could do better with some of these Back to the Future figures, even though I still think they look really damn good. Yeah, dude, if I got this DeLorean, I'd have to get these two figures to go with it. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not getting the DeLorean. But if I get a vehicle, my first vehicle will be a DeLorean. And I'm honestly, man, I think this Back to the Future 3 DeLorean here, we always talk about like, you know, grails, and we always talk about, and I always do the same thing. I do the same thing. I you know, when I get excited, I throw out, you know, grail and all this. This is truly a grail. Like, this is truly going to be like, I truly don't know when Hot Toys will make another Back to the Future 3 DeLorean. You know what I mean? Like, out of all the DeLoreans, this would be the one that, like, the fact that we're even getting it is incredible. So again, man, this is going to look sick. If you're somebody who's already got the first two DeLoreans and you're going to have all three, that's going to look amazing. Very jealous of you. And this just looks absolutely incredible. And Valkyrie's about to make me go buy this right now. Valkyrie, I'm trying to stay strong, Valkyrie, but I love Back to the Future. It's one of those that I can't believe I don't have a Marty McFly and Doc Brown yet. It's weird because I want the Marty McFly from Back to the Future or Back to the Future 2, but I'm thinking they're probably going to make some Back to the Future 2 2.0 soon. Or I really like the Doc Brown Back to the Future 3 a lot better than what we've gotten from the first Back to the Future, unless you get the custom head sculpt. So again, I want to just see the first, like, I want to get the first Back to the Future Marty and Doc looking the best they could possibly look. I would love to just pick up both of those. This is definitely going to be a priority for me sooner rather than later. I'm hoping that we get some 2.0s of Back to the Future 2, but I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, the more we're talking about now, I'm thinking, you know, Valkyrie said it looks great, so now I got to go get it. Curtis says he can't wait to see what they announce before New Year. Same, man. We'll see what happens, man. At this rate, who knows what they're going to give us? Gambito in the chat. What's up, Gambito? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for being here, saying just waiting on that Revan. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm excited for you to get that in. Let me know what you think. I've already seen some people's reviews on it, and it looks amazing. But yeah, this just looks absolutely insane. Sorry, I just burped. But this looks incredible. I'm gonna pass on it for now. If I do decide to get this, I'm actually probably gonna get the figures first and then get this, because I do think that once you get this, you're gonna want to have the Back to the Future 3 characters with them. I just feel like for me, like, the characters I would want first would be from the first movie. So we'll see what happens with this. But again, man, it's tough. You gotta weigh out the options, you know. But this looks incredible. Just wanted to share that for a little bit. And now we're back full screen, baby. We're going on 2 hours and 38 minutes. We're not going to get to that 3-hour mark tonight, guys. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. We went early just because we had a lot to talk about. Plus, I have to wake up a little earlier than normal tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys being here. Let me know in the chat if y'all enjoy. I'm really trying to figure out, like, right now it's like 9:30. And I don't really put a set time out there for Casual Friday because, honestly, man, depending on what's going on, there might be nights I do it at like 10:30. There might be nights I do it at 11. There might be nights that I can do it like tonight, like at 8 or 8:30. let me know in the comments below, or maybe on the replay, you can comment me or Instagram message me whenever you have time. Just let me know if it matters to you, like if there's a preferred time that you like. Normally we go so long that we usually cover those times anyway, but just kind of give me a heads up if there's a specific time that works better for you. If not, we're probably just going to keep aiming for that 9:30 start time Central Time. But if people really enjoyed the 8:30 start time tonight, we could always try to do that. I don't know if I can guarantee every week we'd do 8:30. I want to be able to tell you like, hey, we're going live this time every Friday. But sometimes it fluctuates. I try my best to let you guys know in advance, but sometimes it can fluctuate. You know, like if I go out to dinner on Friday and I get caught in traffic, now I got to push the show to like 9 or something. So I'm trying to stay true to that 9:30. But again, just be thinking about that, guys. Let me know. Let me know when you get a chance if we're talking or something. Kind of let me know what works best for you. I definitely want to take y'all into account as well, because without you guys, there wouldn't even be a show. And yeah, I think y'all are good for, X-Men saying whatever works. That's kind of how I feel. Like I like when certain streams start. I like when streams start when they say they're going to start. But I mean, I'm trying to stay true to it. But at the same time, it's like, it's always going to be Friday. I can promise you that. It's always going to be Friday evening. So, but I don't want to be like at the end of every show, like, hey, going live. It could be anywhere from 8 to 11:30. Just be ready, So I'm trying to kind of narrow it down to at least like somewhat of a ballpark. But so we'll just keep it as is. 9:30 Central Time next Friday. All right. So real quick, we got 24 in the chat before you log off, because I know we're closing out. When you kind of hear a host like kind of closing out the show, you go ahead and jump out. If you wouldn't mind, stay with me here, because I want to tease the next episode of Casual Friday. So next Friday will be December 20th. December 20th is the last Casual Friday before Christmas. Okay. So on the 20th, we will be doing a Christmas special on the 20th. If you remember our Halloween hangover episode, we had a Casual Friday on November 1st, the day after Halloween. It was still kind of Halloween themed. We're going to get this one out before Christmas. This will be a Christmas themed episode. Stay tuned. I'm going to try my best to get the details out to you guys by Wednesday of next week. So that way you can because I know with the holidays coming up, everybody's got plans. So if you can make it for this Friday, it'd be awesome. It's going to be a really cool, chill, fun stream. Got a couple of new things planned. Christmas special, man. So I hope y'all can make it. Get in the holiday spirit. Keep it casual, but keep it casual with that holiday spirit next week on the 20th. And I'm excited for it. I've been working on it this week, kind of getting prepared for it. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to overhype it, because it might just be like a regular stream, but it will be Christmas themed. So that will be next week's episode. Again, if we get any news between now and that Christmas special, I'm going to be going live talking about those figures like in a pop-up show. So basically what I'm getting at is like, I'm really going to reserve next week's Casual Friday to be mainly about kind of like we did with the Halloween episode, where the majority of the stream was the Halloween candy tier list. We're doing a really fun thing for our next show, which is on the 20th, Casual Friday. I will let y'all know when the start time will be as soon as I know. And I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I'm happy to be always talking to you guys in the chat. I hope everybody's doing well. I really do, man. With the holidays coming up, I don't want to get too I don't want to get too deep on this, right? But with the holidays coming up, man, I don't know how everybody spends their Christmases, that's your business, right? But just definitely just having this outlet for people, just having people in the chat, always being respectful, always being, cordial to one another, always keeping the vibes high, man. It really, really means a lot. So thank y'all for always doing that, because whenever we get new people in here, and I notice that there's new people in here, by the next week, man, like y'all are all talking together. And that's how it was when I started getting into chats as well. People really welcomed me with open arms. So I'm really grateful that you guys are just carrying on that tradition of doing that in my streams as well. So I just wanted to say that, man. And with the holidays coming up, man, No matter how you decide to spend your Christmas break, man, and we'll talk about this more on the 20th, but definitely, man, definitely, be careful. Definitely, take some time for yourself, take some time for some family. Again, however you decide to spend it. I don't know your situation, but I'm just saying take this time coming up because it goes by really fast. And plus, the holidays can get kind of, it can just get kind of like, depending on what you're doing, like, you kind of just sit around and like, just if you don't have a lot of plans, you're just kind of figuring out what you want to do. So I just wanted to encourage everybody, man, definitely reach out to, whether it be coming and hanging out here, trying to do something fun over the holidays. I feel like I get excited about it every year and it literally goes by in the blink of an eye. And, it might be something as simple as, watching a Christmas movie, having some Christmas cookies, man. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just getting hyped for the holidays, man. I'm feeling really grateful tonight. So I just wanted to kind of share that one more time before we closed up tonight. And yeah, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's check in with the chat. X-Men says casual Friday on Thursday morning. Yeah, that'd be something. There's been times where I was like, I wonder if I could do a casual. No, casual Fridays will always be Fridays X-Men, but this would be pretty fun. Toy Collector says, hoping Santa Howard announces a new Predator before end of the year. You and me both, Toy Collector. You and me both, man. You and me both. Keith Lee says, happy Friday. Did anybody get any additions to the collection this week? My order from Pop Culture came in, which included the Bat Cycle and Swoop Bike. Actually, my Bane shipped, Keith. And thank you, Keith, for being here. I think is this the first time you've commented in the chat? If I missed you earlier, dude, please forgive me. But thank you for being here, Keith. But my Bane shipped yesterday. So I should get my Bane in next week, man. So that I haven't technically gotten anything in this week, but that's what'll be coming to me next week, man. I am so hyped, Keith. But that's awesome, dude. Glad you got your pop culture shipment in. And thank you so much for being here, Keith. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're having a great Friday evening. And thanks for being here for episode 13 of Casual Friday, baby. Let's go. Thanks, Keith. I'm hot, dude. Keith, I am hyped. I am hyped for this Bane, bro. I am so hyped for this. I think on my list I had it like number 2 on my most anticipated figure of the year, but it could have been a 1A, 1B, 1C for those 3. Bane is definitely like my most anticipated figure of the year. So I'm very excited to it's right there with like those other ones, like it's 1A, 1B, 1C, but I cannot wait to finally get it in the hand. And Toy Collector said his came in this week. Great figure. Dude, I cannot wait, Toy Collector. Cannot wait. Keith said, yeah, catching the stream late, was watching Red One with the family. Keith, that's totally understandable, man. Totally understandable, man. Thank you for being here in any capacity. And again, check out the replay later if you want to catch what you missed, man. But thank you for the support and thank you for being here. All right, everybody, get hyped. We are doing our Halloween. My God. It's been that kind of night, you guys. I'm exhausted. Full transparency, I'm very tired. So I apologize for the mix-ups here. But holiday special. Christmas special next Friday on Casual Friday, the 20th. Be ready. Bring the Christmas cheer. Get those Christmas PJs on. Keep it casual. And let's have a good one, man. Let's have a good one. I'm pretty sure we'll do one on the 27th as well. So we'll probably have 2 more streams before the new year. But regardless, I'm really going to try to do a great holiday Christmas special for our next Casual Friday. So I hope to see all you there that are still in the chat. 23 still in the chat. Hit that like button on the way out. Thank you all so much for being here. I won't go on a whole nother speech about how grateful I am, but I will just say thank you again for being here. Thank you again for the support. Thank you again for all of you sticking around for the whole stream and commenting and just making the show what it is. Really appreciate it, man. Already 13 episodes in, man. That's just exciting. I'm just filled with a lot of gratitude. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate every single one of you, man. I try my best to get to every single chat, and I hope I'm doing good enough. And thank you guys, man. Keith Lee says exhausted. Where's the Alani and cheeses, dude? Tonight I had to stay hydrated, Keith. I had to stay hydrated. I got a busy day tomorrow, doing a lot of Christmas activities. Wanted to get my rest, man. It's been a long week of work. Just like you, and that's what I love about these Casual Fridays, man. There's a lot of us, whether it be a long week of work or just it's kind of a nice way to wind down after a long work week and to get hyped for the weekend, man. So again, Keith, can't thank you enough for being here, man. But yeah, no Alani tonight. That's probably why I'm fading out here at the end. But really appreciate you being here, man, and checking in. And Wayne says, thanks for another great stream, Justin. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Wayne, thank you so much, man, for being here. Really appreciate this support, dude. Really do. And I hope you do as well. I hope every single one of you have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy it. And you know we're going to be back. You know we're going to be back next Friday with that Christmas special. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like on the way out. Hit that thumbs up button on the way out. And as always, you know, what do we say around here on Casual Friday? What do we say every week? You know, we say thank you. You know, we say thank you to great guys here like Toy Collector Fun Stream. Again, have a great weekend, everyone. We say that. And then what else do we say? We say, we already said, hey, what's up to Dom Toretto? What is the last thing we say before we sign off for the night? Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, well, we can't leave just yet because I got to say what's up to Striker 47 before we leave. He said, I was able to get my hands on Starkiller, but I think the other Starkiller might come for next year's May the 4th. Damn. Nice, though. I'm glad you were able to get Starkiller, man. Christian says, great stream, Justin. Playing Marvel Rivals. Dude, I'm really enjoying it so far. What do you think about it, Christian? High five, Justin. High five, SG Collectibles. Let's go. You know what? Just for that, we got 23 in the chat. Like before you leave, don't worry. I'm not gonna put the music up too high. I'm not gonna put the music too high, but we're gonna just play. We're gonna fade out tonight just by playing a little music and counting down to 5 and giving a high five, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. That just gave me some inspiration, and I just blew out everybody's eardrums. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry if you're wearing headphones. And let's what do we want to play here? What do we want to play here? Let's just play the intro music, huh? All right, everybody. This is a great thing, SG Collectibles. Ben Thomas Show says, great show, buddy. Thanks for the company, everyone. Thank you, Ben Thomas. Really appreciate you, man. Toy Collector says family, and that's how we're going to sign off. Thank you so much. It's all been about family. And then I'm going to ask you one last thing before you leave tonight. One last thing. Or we get the music coursing through our veins. Or we're getting this music coursing through our veins, baby. Because it might be winding down. It might be time to say goodbye. But hey, it's not goodbye. It's see you next time. It's see you next time, baby. It's all about family, baby. It's all about family. That's right. That's right, Toy Collector. Striker says, collectors going to have to change their case and display because we're getting these lightsabers with the USB power. That's going to be a lot of wiring being done. Yeah, I'm already dreading it. Already dreading having to do that with the display, but I love having USB lightsabers. All right. Thank you for being here. On the count of 5, we're going to do a high five, and then we're going to call it a night. And we'll see you next Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4. High five, baby. Boom. Not like a lot of people did it. Just in case you didn't, we're going to do it one more time. 21 in the chat. On your way out, just give me a high five on the way out. That's all I ask. You don't have to hit the like button. You don't got to say what's up. You just got to give me a high five on the way out. Here we go. Count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and high five, baby. Episode 13 of Casual Friday is in the books. Episode 14 next week. I can't wait. I hope you're there. I hope you're there. I hope I see you. But until then, thank you for being here. And as always, I'll see you next time.